Hey guys, gals, and non-binary pals.
It's Amanda Bones
And I'm Ashley.
of How to Talk to Your Friend About Wrestling, the podcast on the Count Out Wrestling Podcast Network, a weekly show where we talk about all of our favorite things: babes, blood, and brutality.
We also talk about other fun things, like is Kenny Omega finally too tan? And how much blood is too much blood? Because that looks like way too much blood.
So join us on the adventure of teaching me, Amanda Bones, about wrestling.
That's right, cowardly pants, glorious shorts. I'm your dehydrated friend, Rafe Houston. I can't drink enough water to wake up and crack my fucking bleeding eyes open. But here we are for episode 17 of Okada Shorts. We've knocked out 7 episodes in like the last few days of the G1. But here we are with more content because we're that fucking nice to you people.
It's amazing. We are.
It's amazing.
Loving and giving deities from our mountaintop here in Puro Twitter.
Sprinkling content down to you. We're giving lovers. And here we are for another episode. I'm not even sure what we're going to talk about. I think Curtis has a plan because he always does. I was like, what more could we fucking say? But here we are to say it, and we're going to say it together. Curtis, tell them who we are or something.
I didn't want to miss out on the opportunity to do an episode, like a full episode, because well, first off, I love my weekly hangout with my friend Rafe Houston, my bad friend Rafe Houston, and I'm like, if I gotta talk to my bad friend Rafe Houston about New Japan, which we do every day anyway, might as well fucking record it for these kids.
This is true. Also, like with the G1ndering concept that we do, it's kind of just us on our own, sort of giving our immediate takes. And it's been funny, I think, watching our journey. I had said to you I'd listened to your recount of night 6, and I hadn't listened to that when I recorded night 7, and they were two very different vibes. I'm like, do I go back and fucking re-record mine? Because I was so, I think I've probably been a little bit harsher on myself because I was like feeling like, oh man, mine was flattered. Curtis's was like so positive, but I think it's got to be an accurate take of what we're feeling, right? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, oh, this is my face hugger. I've got a face hugger plushie.
There's a face hugger plushie on the camera, and I was like, what the hell's going on?
I'm trying to pop Rafe. I'm grabbing some of my dog's toys and like holding him up for the camera and stuff, trying to corpse him while he's fucking talking.
You clearly didn't listen to the part where I said I can barely open my crusty eyes. I'm like a baby raptor over here. Just like,
when you opened your eyes and you saw me wearing the pug hat, then that would have been...
I missed the pug hat altogether. I didn't even see it.
No, hold on. I'll put the pug hat back on. For all you listeners, this is me wearing a hat with like little puggy ears. For all you creeps that are watching us from the CIA right now, you get to laugh as well.
Here, that is a good pug hat. That is quality.
That's a pug hat.
I gotta say,
we bought it for
this entire vibe that we've got going, where you're the one trying to fuck me up, doesn't work for me. This is you're the organised one. I'm the shithousery one. This is just you're stealing my gimmick, brother. I don't know.
Sorry.
It was very cute.
Serious Curtis now.
Yeah, exactly. Get serious
Get your fucking serious face on. This is Puro.
I just know I can't pull this back together.
No,
there isn't. This is fucking intense. This is King of Sports from the Kings of Shorts. That's right, Sheldon.
That's right.
Yeah,
the International Wrestling Grand Prix.
Yeah.
And if you're listening to us right now, I'm your good friend Curtis Spears. That's your bad friend Rafe Houston. What up?
What?
Konnichiwa, the internet.
Yeah. I don't think
Sure.
we just had a glitch, but yeah, dude, how you feeling about it? Let's just immediately kick into the G1. Let's pick up the energy real quick because
Let's
I think it has been
fucking
a
go.
great tournament so far.
Okay. We're going to do, so far, we're about a third of the way through the tournament. I think it's been fucking fantastic. I've had so much fun. There's been at least one match every night that's made me go, fuck yeah, dude, that was good. And there's been some nights where it's every fucking match. And luckily, it seems like I've been doing the ones where it's every match.
I've had a little bit of a couple of grinders, I got to tell you.
Yeah.
It's been slated to throw. Maybe we should just recap the nights a little bit. Obviously, we've done our individual breakdowns, but we could do some quick my favorite match of the night, shorts of the night kind of.
I've got these right here. Well, you want to go from the beginning because we haven't had one since the beginning. I'll pull up the results here for the first night. First night, you and I are going to talk about it. Here we go. And I was sad that you got to do this night because I wanted to do it really bad. And then I saw some of the other odd nights, and I was like, oh, shit.
You're like, he's going to be paying for this great night with some of these other ones that are going to come down the road.
So the very first night of the G1, we got Tanahashi and Hinare.
Loved it.
Feels like a million years ago, though, doesn't it?
It does.
July 16th.
It does.
How did you feel about it? I mean, we heard your G1ndering, but is that? I mean, how good did it feel to watch Hinare hit that Streets of Rage?
It was huge, man. I loved it. I loved it for him. And it was kind of what we were all hoping for, right? That this tournament he'd be taken seriously and given an opportunity to shine. And I think that's exactly what we're getting. And it's awesome, And even in his defeats, since he's still looked really strong. He hasn't been a loser or a pin eater in this tournament. He's looked really dangerous. His evolved moveset, his body strikes, his kicks, Streets of Rage, rampage tackles, spine busters and stuff have just looked like destruction. I think there was one, he brawls on the outside with Zach. Zach follows him out, and Zach kind of takes a hit at him or whatever, and Hinare just turns around and just checks him kind of thing, body shots him in the stomach, and you're just like, you fucked up, bro. Now you've come into his domain, Zach was doing real well because he just puts an arm out there, he takes it and stuff. You want to bang with him, and that's going to be a mistake. And he has been living up to that Ultimate Weapon name, and I don't think we're done seeing wins from Hinare in this tournament. Like I said, I don't think he's going to win the block, but I think he's at least got one more big win in him.
A big shocker in him.
Yeah, exactly right.
That'd be nice. That'd be really nice. I was kind of hoping that he would beat Goto. I thought maybe Goto would be his second, because Goto, well, I was going to say, where's he at right now? But obviously challenging for the AEW title.
In what fucking world? Okay, so you were like, do you have a rant planned? I'm like, I don't have a rant. But in what fucking world does Hinare beat Hiroshi Tanahashi, but then he can't beat Goto? Because Goto just fucking got stomped out by Tanahashi briefly.
Do you want to go through this and grade people on pants to shorts so far and how they're doing?
Yeah, fuck
that
it.
Might be that might be the best way to do it. Just go back and look at the blocks.
Yeah, exactly, and we'll do it dude by dude, maybe. Yeah,
yeah. Instead of
match reviews.
Instead of match reviews, because we've done match reviews, right?
Exactly. Yeah, tune in. There's 7 episodes of it.
A Block currently, after 7 nights, we got Okada sitting on top of the block. How do you feel about Okada's wins right now over it looks like wins over Yano and Cobb?
I feel like Okada is having a shorts tournament, and I feel like he's probably gonna win it.
Geico presents Daily Affirmations.
Repeat after me. Our thoughts are like the ocean.
Our thoughts are like the ocean.
Our thoughts create our reality.
Our thoughts create our reality.
We're thinking Geico offers claim service 24/7 with personalised attention from an assigned team.
Geico offers claim service? I wasn't thinking that.
We think it and it becomes our reality.
So, what about washboard abs?
Let's give it a go. Think really hard.
Okay, abs.
Yep, keep thinking.
To manifest more Geico in your life, go to geico.com.
O'Reilly. Trust the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts to recommend the best products for your car. Like 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil, just $32.95. Extend the life of your vehicle, improve performance, and protect your engine against sludge and wear with Mobil 1 full synthetic. On sale now at O'Reilly Auto Parts and O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Yeah, he's going to win that block. That's
and
the
probably,
thing. He's
and
got a
maybe
very
even the whole
short
G1,
streak.
to be fair. So,
Yeah.
and he looks like he deserves it. And like last year's G1 was supposed to sort of be a big moment for him, but it fizzled out with injury and stuff. I could see them going, we're not done crowning the king, you know.
Here's a question. Yeah, it may have been it may have been his tournament to lose and all these things like that, and he's undefeated so far in his first 2 matches. Has it blown your skirt up at all, though? Has it been exciting for you?
Cobb match was really good, and
Cobb match was very good.
Somewhat,
those 2 have great chemistry.
Yeah, and though I picked him to win, Cobb had a real chance of like beating him, and then he did. Yano match is what it is. You've got to get it out of the way, and it is. But I would say I'm still very pumped to see what he's got coming, because he's got some big monsters to get through, and it's going to be really cool. So yeah, I'm definitely pumped on Okada's tournament, and yeah, he's going to do big things. I think if not win the whole tournament, definitely go really far, maybe even into the finals. And yeah, and I don't know. It depends where Switchblade ends up, right? Because I don't know if they're doing 2 nights at the Dome, but they've got to set shit up. So if they are doing 2 nights at the Dome, maybe somebody can get a pin on Jay White, and then somebody can actually win the briefcase, something like that. You know what I mean?
I think at this point, we've multiplied it so far. So we did 2 nights, 3 nights, and now we got to go to 4 nights. Sorry, 4 nights of domes.
4. Okay, so Jay White has to take 4 losses in this tournament, and then he
only
defends
3 losses in the tournament, and then the briefcase.
Yeah. Okay. 3 losses. So 1 in the. Yeah. So 1 in the. Jesus Christ. 2 in the actual tournament, the semi-final, and then no. If he loses the semi-final, it's out. I can't do this maths right now, but either way, he's got a lot of fights to have.
Yeah. So next on the block,
Hurts
2
my
points.
head.
Toriano, how you feeling about his tournament so far? He's beaten Jonah, and he's lost to Fale. Like roll up Fale's back.
I
So that's
found
fun.
him less like witty and whimsical than I normally find him in these things. I normally find him quite fun, because the one note Yano joke gets funnier to me the more he does it. Like, it's that kind of recurring joke where you like see how I'm still doing the exact same joke, and I'm like, it's just ridiculous you're still doing it. That's the kind of vibe I normally get off him. At the moment, he's like not really doing that joke, and so in which case he's just not entertaining, is sort of how I view it.
Them bringing back Great Bash heel Yano for the Okada match, I feel like it was kind of like a poor imitation.
Yeah,
But
like bleach the hair if you're going to do it. Like,
yeah, go all out, man. If you want to go GBH Yano in the G1 and
just
rack
do
up
it
your
for
wins that
for
way,
the G1. Like, just have him.
that'd be badass.
Yeah, that would have been cool, but no. Yeah, so I mean, take him or leave him. He's what he is. He's a wild card. I think he's like hasn't picked up a win yet, but he will. He'll fuck up somebody's shit at some point.
He beat Jonah.
Yeah.
He beat Jonah.
Oh
right off the
yeah,
fucking
he
gate.
did. That's right. He's already had so many matches. All right. Yeah. So he's already, I mean, that may be the only big win he gets, but I feel like he'll probably get, one more.
I think he'll get at least one more. Someone's going to start pulling away on the blocks. Maybe like Lance Archer might start pulling away, and then Yano will be there to even it up for him.
Yep, exactly. Waiting in the wings.
We've got next up Tom Lawler. He's only had. Well, I'm sorry. What?
We've already abandoned our rating system, so
okay.
Just to we always do this. So we're giving Okada shorts, and we're giving Yano pants.
Yeah, we are being pants today. Tom Lawler only had one match so far where he lost to Lance Archer. I thought his match was fun as fuck.
Yeah.
He's been entertaining as shit on the undercards. Him and Royce Isaacs, Team Filthy all the way. What up, West Coast Wrecking Crew? I love this.
He's already over, right? Like he's going to be great.
The second he came out with and the Korakuen crowd was already clapping along to his theme song.
Yeah.
Like, yep, he's over. He's done. He's good.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Did you hear Charlton call him the King of Shorts?
Yeah, that's why I referenced it at the start of this, because I was like, God damn it. We should have put out that logo day one.
We should have.
But
Fuck.
Yeah, he's just like our official wrestler. Like,
I guess so. I'm down with it.
Behind him, yeah, exactly. He may not know it, but he's sponsored by the Okada Shorts podcast. We're not actually going to send him any money or do anything about it, but
we'll just, I'll get a Team Filthy shirt or something.
There you go. I just want to say to the listeners, we sometimes have a little bit more energy than this, but we have podcasted for every episode of the G1. It's taken its toll. We're already like, we have done a lot of podcasts in there.
I'm wondering what we're going to talk about next episode when we've done, 10 more episodes of the fucking G1ndering in between.
I think we'll be over this hump and we'll be at the like exhausted, insane point. Where you're like tired, but then you're so tired you're just like hypo and crazy. I think that's what's coming next.
So I think by then my brain medicine will have started kicking in. And people will be like, yeah, because I was talking to someone and they were like, well, can you still be entertaining if you're not, on the can you still be entertaining if you're on brain medicine doing your podcast? And so I was like, why start now?
Haven't been entertaining once before.
Haven't been entertaining before.
So have you, let's take a quick sidebar here because it's something that you talked about in your last episode, like in your G1ndering and stuff. So have you, we were obviously talking about this through messages and stuff. So have you been and sorted something out, arranged something?
Yeah. Talked to the doctor, which was really, really weird for me because I don't like talking about myself like in a way, like I don't like talking about my feelings. Yeah. I don't know if maybe that was just because I was raised in the 80s or something.
Yeah, it's because we were raised in the 80s. It's one of those things. It's like, nah, man, I can't talk
figured
about
it was something like that.
But what we've done, because we were raised in the 80s, is like any sadness, we've talked about this before, push it down. Just push it
down
deeper until you can't push it down anymore. And then it's just like a well. It's like water and water until the point where any more sadness that you push in just overflows out of your face. And it is very sad. So I have never sought help for anything. Probably should, because the sadness is so real. But I've also had amazing friends like yourself that I can lean on, and I find that has really helped me. But you were saying to me, you were like, look, I feel like this has been going on so long, and it happens to you so regularly, like those waves of depression that you really wanted to be like, I need to take charge of this while I'm not feeling that way. Because you were like, it hampers me, like from doing things. Like, and yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So basically like, there's whole weeks of the year where I just like for like 2 weeks straight, I'm just like, I don't feel like going outside. I don't feel like talking to my friends right now. Like, I don't feel like doing anything. And, like I can chill out and sit on my couch and stuff like that. It's fine. But like, there are some times where my brain gets scary, like, saying things like, oh, maybe you shouldn't be, maybe a world would be better without you here and stuff like that. And like, that's gone on long enough. You know, I don't need to think like that anymore.
No.
I don't. So, you know, I talked to the doctor about it. Doctor was like, yeah, sounds like you're a crazy person. Have some brain medicine. And I was like, sweet.
Sounds like you're fucking nuts. Nurse, get this man a straitjacket.
2 cc's of a mallet to the head like a fucking cartoon.
He just like hits a button and a trapdoor opens up underneath you and it just sends you straight to the sanitarium, straight to Arkham.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I'm there with Calendar Man. I'm not even in the Joker's wing or anything like that. I'm there with fucking Mr. Zaz. You know, all the fucking D-list villains.
C-grade fucking villains. But yeah, you're right, man. And like, you have a wife, and, like a dog, and you know, and things to live for, responsibilities, and all these things, and like you can't let that wave you over. I've never had as sad as I've been this year because of everything sort of I've gone through it, and I have had, you know, waves of stuff. It's directly because of things, you know what I mean? Like what you described to me is like almost for no reason. Like it'll just come over you like a wave of stuff, and you're like, I guess I don't do anything this week, you know? And that's overwhelming, you know? Positive mental attitude and exercise and shit can't overcome that because you can't even do anything, you know?
Yeah. No, it's really shitty. It'll just be like out of nowhere. You know, I wake up, I'm eating my bowl of cereal, watching YouTube or something like that, and I'll just go, man, life would be so much better for everyone else if I was dead. And then I'm like, that's a scary thought. Yeah. I'm just gonna fucking sit down and do nothing for the rest of the day. Dude. And that's it's tough, man. It's real fucking tough. But you know what? I did something about it.
Yeah, it's awesome. So how long have you had said stuff, and are you noticing any differences, or are you feeling better?
It's only been I've only started my rounds of like medicine for, I think today now, Friday as it is will be my 3rd day. Okay. It's nowhere near kicking in yet. I think it takes at least 2 weeks. Yeah. So, and they said for like the first 4 weeks it might make me into kind of like a zombie, until it like regulates inside your system.
Yeah, okay. So we've got some exciting episodes of G1ndering coming up where you're like,
it's going to be fun.
I watched G1ndering. It was like episode 7 where it's 5:59 a.m. and I'm like, I guess I had a good time. I don't know.
there's going to be a couple of times where people are going to be like, man, Curtis hated this night. And I'm like, Shingo versus Will was very good. I liked it.
Next match.
5 stars. Shorts. On a scale of shorts, it was shorts.
It was 5 shorts.
It was 5 shorts.
Oh man. Well, I'm proud of you, dude. I'm glad that you're taking charge of your own life. I think it's very scary to do. Like some people think it's like, oh, it's so easy to just go get a medicine or talk to somebody or whatever. That's not the case at all. And it's scary because you're like, you don't know how that's going to affect you and all that, but at least you're going to give it a shot and see if it can positively affect your life.
My dad was like, because like I talk about it on my social media. I'll talk about it on Twitter. I'll talk about it on Facebook, shit like that. Like there's nothing to hide, right? It's nothing to be ashamed of. Like I used to think that it was, but you know, my dad's not going to listen to this, so it's okay. He texted me and he goes, "Why are you talking about your feelings like that on fucking social media, man?" And I'm like, because they're fucking there.
Yeah.
You know, I can't pretend like that. And my dad's old school. You know, he's very conservative in both his personality and his, you know, beliefs. So we won't go into that one. But he's very much like a put on the smile when you have to put on the smile. You know, like he's not as in touch with his feelings as he should be. And I can see that, like at 60 plus years old, you know, my dad is like, it's really starting to wear on him. Like if you talk to him about anything even halfway serious, like he breaks down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the well, right? Like it's full and it's over brimming. And yeah, he can't do that anymore, so he has to hide from it. You know what I mean? And he doesn't have the tools. My dad, growing up, this is 80s kids things. Like my dad growing up, I remember when I was at school and all the different things and stuff like that was really distant. Like, because he used to work all the time. You know, he's a butcher. He's out here is doing manly things, he's cutting up animals, he's, doing all this stuff and, like, just working so much to, like, take care of us. And I remember him always just being this, like, tough guy figure in my life and things like that. Now he's the complete opposite, because I've probably told you before, but my brother is, like, drug addict city, right? Like, he's still in their life, he's not in mine. But as, he hit high school and stuff, he started to get into marijuana and stuff, and that led to other things, meth and all sorts of stuff, right? My dad, in dealing with this, and initially, the tactic was to yell at him and fight him and, all the things that angry men do. And then he was like, I need to try and, like, save my son. And he started, like, reading books on, like, parenting and relationships and stuff like that. And now my dad is, like, the biggest, softest motherfucker in the world. You know what I mean? He always calls me and always wants to tell me how much he loves me and all these kind of things. And it's very different. I'm like, I don't even know the guy that sort of raised me, because,
Where
like,
the fuck were you in 1992?
Yeah, exactly. Now he's, like, almost, like, he's needier than me almost, because he's the most frequently calls me. My mum doesn't really do phone and things like that, but, like, my dad will just call me at work because he's bored and shit, and I'm like, I'm at work, right? Like, I need to, like, he's just like, yeah, I was shoveling all this sand and my back's hurting and I've got these ducks and I'm putting them in the fire, and I'm like, Dad, I'm at work. Like, I'm. You can hear people trying to buy things off me and do stuff. And he's like, yeah, anyway, because he just is basically retired now, and my mum is about to retire as well. And so this is what my future is. It's just whenever, now that he doesn't work and shit, he's just like, oh, I'm bored. I'll just fucking call him anytime, day or night, like, to see what's going on. But yeah, I can definitely relate to that, like, hard man, keep your feelings to yourself, never knew it, because, like you say, where was this in 1992? Because it's like, didn't want to have those conversations, or didn't really understand, like, why I didn't want to, do alpha shit or whatever it was,
And I love my dad to death. My dad, like, I realize often how he shaped so much of my personality. Like, growing up with him, my dad's the reddest of necks, right? He got me into he got me into pro wrestling.
Uh-huh.
He bought me my first comic book, which was a Daredevil comic, because he liked Daredevil when he was a kid.
Yeah, that's it.
He showed me, like, so many great things about life. Like, my dad was the first person I sat down with and watched, like, scary movies.
Yeah.
Like, I used to hide behind his chair, and we, when I watched, like, Gremlins with him or Halloween and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, like, that was my dad. And now, like, I can see those bits of him in me, especially like with some of the, like, funny faces I'll make, or some of the silly things I'll say, like the voices I'll say when I'm talking to my dog or something like that. It's all my dad.
Yeah.
And I love that about my dad, but I don't want to be my dad.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I there's a lot of stuff in my life that I don't want to be like my dad with. Like I said, he's got some very, very conservative views, which I am not down with.
Yeah.
He's one of those people who's not very in touch with his feelings. So, like, when he does start to feel things, he can have a very, like, conflicted emotional state. And my dad was in prison for a long part of my life because he's not in touch with his feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, he probably wouldn't want me to talk about it on here, but, like, there was one night where he, lost touch with his feelings. He got upset. He did something that he's very ashamed of. And he went to jail for it for a large chunk of my life.
Oh, wow.
Nothing violent. He didn't hurt anybody.
Yeah.
But that's not healthy. That's not a healthy way of dealing with anything.
No, absolutely.
So, and he does regret it. He did his debt.
Yeah.
And he's a better person now because of it. And I think that he's in a good spot now. And I love him. I love my stepmom, Lori. She's a fucking angel. She's good for him. She keeps him on the straight and narrow. She fucking, is great for him. But, like, I recognize a bunch of his mannerisms in me, and I was just like, I don't want this. I don't want this at all.
Yeah. It says a lot to his character that he's one of the people that could enter, like, the prison system or whatever, and then actually come out a better person. because a lot of it is structured around just keeping people there. You know what I mean? And you hear so much about repeat offenders and things like that. So the fact that he, you know, like you said, blew up, made a mistake, and then had to pay for it, I'm sure taught him like a lesson that he's then, you know, never going to go back, and it's changed his entire life. But
Definitely.
there's something to be said about the way that previous generations dealt with their emotions that lead people down that road, because they weren't given the tools to process that or ask for help or do anything like that, because that was considered, you know, not manly or, you know, or not the way things are done. And it's really surprising. Actually, maybe we don't even know the true figures, but that like suicide rates weren't like way higher back in, you know, those times. But I mean, maybe they were, and the numbers just weren't there, and nobody was tracking it. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of hard to say. And people were dying younger anyway, and like life was different. And also there wasn't social media, and there wasn't other people to relate to. So I guess it's easier to push it down inside forever, because any other guy you see is like, "How's it going, mate? Yeah, I'm good, mate. I guess." But like nobody's really expressing it, and you're like, nobody else feels it, so I can't feel it either, and you just turn it off.
Casual alcoholism, you know, heart attacks when you're fucking 48, you know, that sort of thing. Like that could probably be tracked to never really getting to know yourself emotionally, I guess. Yeah, and never really becoming like a fully formed person. You're just like Robbo from the fucking, you know, the build site, and you're arm's length from your family, you're arm's length from everybody, and you're in a malaise of just, you know, beers and work, and that's all you ever become, you know, and you never... Yeah. And I mean, hopes and dreams weren't even like there wasn't this, you know what I mean? There wasn't any of that. So all Robbo from the site ever had was his job and his wife and his thing, and that's all. He's like, cool, I've done it. I've got a house and a kids, and now I've just got to wait till I die. Like, you know, it was a very different kind of life than the one that, you know, we live, where we try and push outside of ourselves and our city and our country and all the things that we do. Yeah, it's true. So I guess what I'm saying is Tom Lawler's had a pretty good chance at G1 so far. He has. He's got a bit of dad vibes in him. Welcome to Shorts and Feels, everybody. Yeah, exactly. I knew I'd finally get you here. This is how we do it. Welcome to Faces and Feels. Welcome to Faces and Feels. This is the Shorts and Feels podcast, and going deep, man. So Jonah, thank you for that. Thank you for your honesty. No, I appreciate that. We obviously took a big sidebar there, but I think it's important that we share who we are, because that's the only thing. Getting to know you. Yeah, getting to know all about you. I always say that I've had people ask me before, they're like, why do you do a podcast, a wrestling podcast? Aren't there heaps of those? Aren't there heaps of wrestling podcasts in the world? And I'm like, yeah, there's hundreds of them. And I'm like, but there's only one me. And so it doesn't really matter what I talk about, if I'm talking about the same things, if I'm reviewing the same things as other people. My take and the way I talk about stuff is just going to be my take on things and my emotions and my thoughts. And that's the only thing I have that sets me apart from anybody else, and that's the only thing that makes me different. And I've been a pretty unconfident person my entire life, but a confidence comes from that. Like, since I've sort of had the small amount of, I guess, success or listeners or whatever it is, I'm like, there is sort of value in me and my opinion. I put off starting a podcast for fucking 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. I wanted to do one, you know, until I put it off. And then I just started talking to a microphone and started talking about New Japan a couple of years ago. And it just like sort of changed everything. And I'm like, there is value in just being yourself, because I can talk about New Japan in a different way that you are. I mean, we're doing G1ndering right now and going back and forth, and our episodes are very different. You know what I mean? But that's what I think makes us a good team. So. Yeah, it's a fun. Like I've seen. Here we go. How am I going to put this? When I do G1s by myself, I always talk about Faces and Feels and like how it's an interesting like peek behind the curtain for when you interview people. You know, it's not just like. Sometimes it is a kayfabe, but like, I mean, there's plenty of wrestlers who like I never would have, you know, considered myself a fan of, and then I listened to Faces and Feels, and I'm like, man, I really like, that dude's story. I really like that dude's, where his head's at. I like how he, holds himself as far as a person. I'm going to go and watch his matches now, and his or her matches. You've had wrestling, you've had interviews with some
Absolutely.
women who I enjoy watching. So that's, the seeing who that person is for real can sometimes lead you to be a fan of them and that character that they portray, which is really fun.
I think it's important, like, to see their struggle and stuff like that, like
the struggles.
What they, good friend of mine, and the man who made me want to do it. But like, people have said to me before, they're like, in your interviews, you bring things out of your interviewee that I hadn't heard before. And if I have any skill, like, in life, is I think I'm a pretty, like, sort of empathetic person. And I use that in my everyday life, like, I'm a salesman. Like, I sell guitars and I sell things and stuff. And I'm only good at that because I listen to people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I listen to what they are talking about, and then I feedback my opinion or my sort of takes or how I understand. I'm like, for me, like, is this what you're saying? And I try and understand them and reiterate that. And that's all I do in Faces and Feels too. Like, I just want to genuinely get to know somebody and understand their journey. And I think a lot of podcasts, like, and especially if they're doing wrestling, they just want to do like Q&As and maybe gotcha stuff or get some scoops or things like that. I don't give a fuck about any of that. I just want to know, like, about this person that I'm speaking to. And I think that's why the interviews sort of come across differently than a lot of ones. And I say in the bio, like, for Faces and Feels, I always say, like, genuine conversations with the faces of wrestling, because that's what I'm trying to do. It's not hype shit. That's what I do on this show, where we're just like, fucking like, like the vibe of Faces and Feels. We're almost doing a Faces and Feels episode right now because it's like we're having a real conversation, like, where we should be talking about New Japan. But that's kind of the vibe.
Does anyone actually listen to this? Who gives a shit?
Yeah, fuck these. Fuck them. Exactly. Maybe they'll find this
Count-out's
interesting.
not even gonna listen to this.
No, exactly right. He will. He's got some editing to do on this one, but yeah, dude, I think it's important that we do whatever the fuck we want in this show. So I don't really care.
That's true. That's true.
Exactly.
No, like, I don't mind at all. I know, like, mental health is a big thing when you talk about, like, New Japan, because you look at someone like Gabe Kidd. Like, mental health is is a big struggle for Gabe Kidd.
Yeah.
And he's someone who has the world watching him, fans and things like that are eyes on Gabe Kidd because we want to see him succeed, but we also know how much of an uphill battle it's going to be for him.
Yeah.
So, that's not that, and it's not just Gabe Kidd. He's the one who's been the most vocal about it. He's had the most trouble, but, like,
I mean, look at all of them. Look at like the mental toughness of somebody like Hanare, right? Like,
yeah,
he's somebody who, like, it's taken him 6 years to get to a G1. He's a dude who, like had injuries and setbacks, and then he's been there in a pandemic, and he's just, like, living in New Japan and, like, doing the Islander gimmick and getting pinned for years and, like, doing all this stuff, just grinding away because he has this goal he wants to get to, If you go far enough back in his story, he, like, I'm pretty sure he, like, lied to get into wrestling school. Said he was older. He was, like, 18 for, like, 3 years or whatever, He's always wanted to do it. And then to now get to that point, like, that's huge. Like, can you imagine the mental toughness it takes, like, to do that and to keep doing that?
Dude, you want to talk about mental toughness? We've talked so many times about Lions Roar and watching Michael Richards.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, 100%.
I love Michael Richards. If I could ask him one question, it would just be like, how did you not quit?
Yeah.
Like, me personally, if I went to Japan and I felt like I failed, and, like, a lot of people were just like, who the fuck is this kid? I'd have gone back home. I'd have gone fucking back home.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, fuck that. I'm going to get better.
Yeah. And you know what? Never fucking complain. We weren't, like, look at Carl Fredericks at the moment. That may be an angle. I'm not really 100% sure, but say it is real, right? he had hoped that he was going to be in the New Japan Cup or G1 or get to go back in Japan, and it hadn't happened. And when things were announced for this recent one, he was kind of tweeting out some stuff like, "Are you fucking serious? Blah, blah, blah." Bro, shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I mean? You look at Hanare, you've never seen him complain, like, ever. You look at Michael Richards, where he literally went there, was chewed out and fucking told he wasn't good enough and just kept going forever. That's how you gain respect and, you know, succeed in somewhere like New Japan, because they're all watching. You know what I mean? Like, it's all tests and toughness and stuff like that. You prove yourself for long enough. Yeah, absolutely. You
very
need to,
stern, very
you need to
like
earn
Japanese.
It, you know? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just, you don't get handed stuff like just because you're like the biggest, best looking dude. Like, you know, you need to grind it out and earn it. And like somebody like Clark Connors, I listened to an interview with him recently, actually a couple of interviews with him recently, but he has another guy that, like, he was Shibata's first, you know, recruit, basically, and just in there early end, like every day, running drills, doing all those things just forever with no end in sight, you know, just like keep going and believing in yourself and doing it. That's crazy inspiring, man. Like, I don't know how these guys do it, like, because it's a lot, you know, and the mental health it takes to do that stuff. I can only imagine, like, the young lions in Japan that we never even see that flame out. I wonder how many sort of like bodies that dojo's littered with. You know what I mean? Of like people that just couldn't hack it and just had to bounce.
I'm sure there's tons. Like
it have to be.
Wrestling doesn't, like, I could never not just the physical, but like the mental toughness that it takes to, like, you know, I twist my wrist at work and I'm fucking like, I'm complaining about it for days and stuff like that. These guys are like wrestling with, you know, broken bones and shit like that, and they're fucking just toughing it out. Like, I'm not that strong.
Yeah,
I'm not that strong, bro. I could never do what they do.
Yeah,
I can talk about it on the internet, talk little shit about it, but I can't.
Yeah.
I can't fucking do
I
that,
am not built for it either. You know what I mean? Like, it never even crossed my mind, like, because even when I was a kid and like I liked wrestling and stuff, like, it was too far away from Australia to even consider it. But I could not do it. I can only imagine what these people's day-to-day life goes, like the self-belief and the like the ego, like, it would take, because you would have to really build yourself up, you know what I mean? And you've got to consider your body and your look and you'd have to build this armor around yourself that's just crazy. And then when you're an independent wrestler, which is why I interview them and it's so, like, interesting, you imagine, oh, cool, I'm booked in this city, I'm just going to drive there on my own, I don't know anybody, I'm going to go in and I'm going to, like, wrestle in a gymnasium in front of 20 people, like, in my underwear, like, you know, like, it's a lot. Like, it's a lot to do.
Yeah. It really is. And there's so many people who can't hack it, you know, because of things like mental toughness, like you said.
Absolutely.
It's farther than I've ever gotten in life. So, but
look, I mean, I've related to it before. Like, I think probably the closest thing I have ever done to wrestling was be in a band. And I did, like, a lot of the things, like I did touring and I did, you know, long hours in cars and stuff with the other guys. I did big supports with heroes of mine. I got to support every band, like, that we count as an influence except for one, you know. Like, we toured with bands that we looked up to. We met these people. We partied with them. We did all that. And we strived to do things and released albums and did all that. But it's different because you're not doing it on your own. You know, there's like a band of brothers. There was 5 of us, and even when members changed, there was always like that core group, and you kind of hold each other up and you sort of keep going forward and putting in that money and stuff. Investing money in yourself, in travel, in gym, in look, in gear, in merchandise, in all those things, just doing it on your own. To do something like wrestling, which is very niche, and very hard to do, and there's no clear path of how to get to anywhere that could pay money and stuff like that. You've got to really like love it, and yeah, the self-belief it takes is inspiring to me every single time.
Really, yeah. It's gorgeous, and like it's so much fun to see things like wrestling, like heavy metal, like ice hockey, and like things that are very niche, but the people that like it love it the most.
Yeah.
Like there's people that love wrestling, and like it's a small group of people, but they fucking love wrestling.
Yeah.
Metalheads, they love metal, but like they love metal,
Yeah.
So you get those fans that like, when they believe in you, they will never give up on you, So
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
I think
so, like,
I think that helps drive them, like the core group of supporters. So yeah, if you listen to this and you support wrestling and you like wrestling, buy a shirt, big up people on social media, like help pick them up so they can try and achieve their dreams, because not everybody has the guts to do it,
That's one of the things I've always said about like when I started Smart Foundation with Shane. I said, I'm tired of turning on a wrestling podcast and people just bitching.
Yeah.
I said, I wanted to do something positive. I want to talk specifically about stuff that we love and the fun that we have watching wrestling. I wanted to do a positive pro wrestling podcast. And like, I kind of hope that I bring a bit of that here. I bitch a little bit more here than I do there.
But we do it like I like to think we do it in a funny way. It's like tongue in cheek. Like when I'm going crazy on rants about Yo and stuff like that, I don't actually hate Yo. You know what I mean? Like I love all of the New Japan roster. Even if I rip on Fale or Owens or Yano or whatever, I love the New Japan roster. I think it's the best roster in the world. I love going to Japan. I love seeing them live. I'll watch any of their matches. Like I love them all. When I'm ripping on stuff, it's because like I'm trying to A, make an entertaining show, and B, like watching a lot of wrestling while also working full-time jobs and dealing with all that stuff. It's fun to have like a vent about stuff. But I also vent about it because I fucking care about it. Like I love it. Like we started doing this podcast. Like, I mean, we filled in on a show that we love. I listen to every episode that the Super J cast has ever put out. And I listened to the Puro cast before that, And then when we ended up doing it, I was like, do you want to come on my show just so I can fucking rant about this New Japan Cup that I thought was going to be fucked? And I'm like, these motherfuckers. And just went on a hell tear. And then it turned into like something really positive. Like it was probably my favorite New Japan Cup. And then it also turned into this podcast. Like that's what New Japan gives to me every single time. So if I'm ripping on it, it's never coming from a place of negativity. It's coming from a place of love every single time. Like I want to see Yo be fucking awesome. I just like hate it when people are lost. So I'm going to yell about it until it works out.
Yeah. I think that's the best way to put it, because you can look at stuff and say like, I love this and want it to be better, versus I hate this and I'm hate watching it and all like this is the worst. And
well,
like
even you, like, even the Smart Foundation, like, you even sort of changed the format a bit because you felt like you were starting to fall into those tropes. You were like, we're starting to talk about certain things every week and we're starting to get negative on stuff, and it's not the vibe I want to live, And so you guys changed up your format because you're like, we want to bring out the positivity of wrestling, Like,
exactly.
That's the point. Otherwise, it's just another podcast ripping on WWE or whatever it is until everybody fucking dies.
Everybody dies, the heat death of the universe, and nothing really matters.
Like I don't actively watch WWE at the moment, like because there was nothing there for me and I wasn't having a good time, so I just stopped watching it. I just watch the things that catch my attention, and if they don't catch my attention, then I'm not loving it enough to watch it and I won't watch it. All these changes that are happening right now, like where Triple H, who's probably like, one of my favorite, if not my favorite WWE wrestlers of all time, is potentially taking over creative. Well, is taking over creative. I mean, I don't know if Vince is on the other end of the phone or whatever, but like, that's exciting to me. Am I going to tune straight in? No, I'm going to wait and sort of hear how things are going and, but maybe there's an opportunity here that I'll end up watching WWE again. And I'd fucking love to watch WWE again because I grew up on it. Like, but it just was tiring me out and was exhausting, and I was miserable, and I was listening to podcasts that all hated it, and I was like, why am I doing this to myself? Like, why am I hate watching something like that I just fast forward through every week? So,
No.
you know.
You just can't. You just can't do that. Like,
No.
you have to, there's so much content out there.
So many people do it. Like, so many people do it.
I know. And there's so much content out there that you can find a way to watch something else. You know what I've been watching all week? Like, in between G1, I've been watching AAA from Mexico.
Yeah, you've been on a bit of a lucha tear.
I'm a huge lucha tear, dude. Like, I've been sitting around and like, Pluto TV is an app like that just has a AAA channel.
Really?
And I just throw it on. Like, I don't know anything about any of the wrestling. Like, there's people on there.
I love
like Phoenix
new wrestling. Like, it's why I love independent wrestling so much, because somebody will recommend something and I can go on IWTV and tune into a whole new promotion, and everybody's new. The characters are new, the stories are new, the wrestling's new, and I just love new stuff. I love learning new things.
Yeah, there is the safety blanket of having like Ray Phoenix or Pentagon or Laredo Kid or El Hijo de Vikingo. Like there's people that I've heard of, and then I get on there and I'm like, oh shit, this guy's fucking rad. Like, there's a dude on there, Psycho Clown, and I was like, I fucking love Psycho Clown. This guy's a fucking ace, right? And I'm watching it, and I'm like, I gotta go. Every time I see someone new, I'll go on like the internet and find out what they're all about, how long they've been wrestling, what's their thing. It's a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Actually, you want what's funny? Here's how I found it.
I was
Pluto
about
TV.
to do this exact segue you're going to do, by the way, because I want to do it. I was like, I know where this motherfucker's going with this.
Yeah.
But seriously,
Pluto
how do you
TV,
watch Pluto TV there, Curtis?
Yeah, Pluto TV doesn't actually have a AAA channel in England. So I have to go to NordVPN and look at the... Yeah! Fucking nailed it.
We brought it there.
There it is. So I have to go to NordVPN and change my VPN to America, to the US, to the US IP, and then I can watch Pluto TV from America.
Can I do Pluto TV on my phone that I'm holding right now if I do my NordVPN, or do I need to like use my internet browser? Like, do I need to use computer, or do you do it on your phone?
I believe it's an app that you can watch, because I have it as an app on my my Amazon Fire Stick.
Oh, okay. Pluto TV.
They also, I've been teaching myself Spanish, and so it's really fun to watch a bunch of their. Lately, they have like movies in Spanish. The other day, I watched Last Action Hero in Spanish. Because I'm trying to learn Spanish, right? And then I'll watch.
I love Last Action Hero.
Wrestling.
What a great movie!
Great fucking film, dude.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And then I'll watch AAA in Spanish. And Hell's Kitchen. Watching Hell's Kitchen in Spanish is the best. So, that's the kind of stuff.
The chicken's fucking raw. What's the raw. Chicken is raw in Spanish?
Pollo is shit. I don't remember. Anyway, I'm still learning. I've only been teaching myself, like, because I'm from America, you kind of can't help but pick up casual Spanish from like the Mexican influence and stuff. But I'm actually sitting down to learn now, and it's only been a couple of weeks, so I'm still trying to get the hang of it. But listening to things like that, like my wife, when she was teaching herself Spanish, because she's been learning a lot longer now. She's been learning for about 2.5 years now.
Really?
She was watching things like Breaking Bad and stuff like that, and so whenever there was Spanish on there, she'd peek up and kind of listen. Me, I'm just like, I'm going to immerse myself in it. I'm going to watch AAA, and then, like, evidently, plancha is Spanish for the plancha. That sort of
well, there you go. Continue on web. All right. I'm in Pluto TV and I'm in America. I'm just figuring out where the RRR channel is.
So if you go to, they should have everything listed. Like, there's like a kids area, there's a news area, there's like movies. And then there should be one that's en español.
En español. Yep.
And near the bottom of the en español is where AAA is. They also have like cage fighting and stuff like that.
I just did this shit in real time. Bitch. It's just a whole channel.
Oh yeah. It's an entire, they just show, they go from like the start of the company all the way, and like they just show a ton of stuff. Like I was watching stuff. They did a really cool thing during lockdown when they couldn't have crowds. They surrounded their ring outside. They just built a ring in a field and surrounded it with cars. People were in their cars, like honking their horns instead of cheering and stuff. That was really cool.
I'm sorry about those huge beeps, but I've actually got triple R here, and I'm just trying to bring it up there. That silence was on. Here we go. I have just done that shit in real time. It's actually TNA. It's TNA in Spanish.
No, is it TNA in Spanish? They have a 6-sided ring in AAA for
No, it had total non-stop action on the side. He just made Chris Sabin sign something in Spanish.
Oh, yeah. Wow, right on.
Anyway, that is awesome. It says TNA Enero 2004, and some fat guy has just come in and is attacking somebody who I don't recognize in silver pants. Anyway, that is the power of NordVPN, people. You've just seen it happen in real life.
You can get access to so much more content that
there's
you can
There's a Naruto channel in Spanish.
Yeah, there's Naruto. There's a Yu-Gi-Oh channel in Spanish.
Combate World. What's Combate World?
I think that's their cage fighting channel.
Oh, shit. This is riveting listening for everybody. But Pluto TV, guys, check it out. That's a free plug awesome. For Pluto TV.
There's an entire there's a Spanish Star Trek channel. I was just watching episodes of Next Generation in Spanish, trying to like learn.
Like there's also that you know quite well. Yeah.
Yeah, there's also an English Star Trek channel. Like they have more, definitely more channels in English than they have in Spanish. We're just talking specifically about wrestling because, you know, they do have a TNA Impact channel.
Uh-huh.
They have an independent wrestling channel.
Uh-huh.
They have and then they have the AAA channel, which is constantly on.
Do they have the Office on there? That's the only one I would know, like all the words. It's like nada Michael, nada Dwight.
Dude,
is nada how they say? I do not know Spanish at all. Is that how they say no? I don't know. I was trying to make a joke.
No is nado. I do not know.
Then I'm already fluent, basically.
Shoot, I don't know. I was watching Workaholics the other day on there. You ever seen Workaholics?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's tell people how they too can do this glory that I just did in real life.
Well, you can grab your exclusive NordVPN deal by going to nordvpn.com/what, Rafe?
Shorts.
That's right, nordvpn.com/shorts to get a huge discount off your NordVPN plan, plus one additional month for free. It's completely risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. So you can get NordVPN, try it out, see what you have access to from what content you have access to from around the world. Around the world.
The entire world. I was just basically transported to Mexico.
Yeah. You ever wonder what's on Azerbaijani Netflix?
Can't say I ever have,
idea.
But now I can.
I have no idea.
But
we can find out.
You know what else Nord has? You can also choose a bundle to fit your level of security, so you can make sure that you are extra safe while doing all this stuff. And all you have to do is go to nordvpn.com/what?
Shorts.
That's right, to make sure you get the right deal for you. So there you go. That was a great segue by us, basically podcast professionals, but also something that we legit use. So I am pumped on that. Oh, Combate World is still playing on my phone. There you go. All right, how do I turn him off?
What's Combate World got on it?
It was like a circular ring cage situation where dudes were punching each other. Do you like
real punching or kayfabe punching?
Look, real punching. And if you're a fan of my podcast and you've ever watched ICW No Holds Barred Pit Fighter X, it's a similar vibe, and you can watch it in Spanish.
Sweet.
There you go.
Sweet.
That's awesome. So, Filthy Tom Lawler, speaking of somebody that's punched people in cages, we've made it all the way back to where we started. Shorts tournament so far. He's only done one match, but I'm pumped to see what he's got coming. Yeah.
That segue that we just did two segues in a row. Shorts for both of them.
We need to rate both of those segues. Shorts.
NordVPN.com/shorts.
NordVPN.com/shorts.
NordVPN.com/shorts. Get your free 30-day money-back guarantee plus one free month. Done. Handled. Boom. Moving on to Jonah. Jonah, we're still in the A block.
Yeah, we're going to pick up the speed here real quick. I mean, Jonah hasn't really had an opportunity to do anything yet. I think that's for a reason. I think they essentially needed to get that Yano win out of the way. Then they gave him a nice big break, and they're like, reset, it's monster time. And I think we're going to see him coming back and then just decimating dudes.
And he and Jeff Cobb have been like poking the bear at each other, and I'm fucking here for it, bro.
What's his next match? Is it Jeff Cobb? Like, is that what they're building
yes.
to? Okay,
yeah, it's not until fucking August 5th.
That's what I mean. Like they just went, let's all forget about that time when the Yano
Oh
thing
wait, no,
happened.
Saturday he's got a match with Lawler. Sorry.
Oh, that's not good for Lawler.
No, Lawler might start in the hole 0-2.
Yeah, but you know what? Lawler doesn't even need it. You know, he's not the kind of guy that needs to rack up a ton of wins to be effective. He's already been a champion in New Japan for a year, like straight up.
Yeah.
Not in Japan, but in America. So he's already got credibility in the company. Plus, he's the kind of character and the kind of dude that is just super entertaining. So it doesn't really matter. He doesn't need the kind of like dominance that a Jonah or a Jeff Cobb need to be credible.
Yeah. And I think Tom Lawler is already so over right now that he's fucking Teflon. He can take a couple of losses
it doesn't
to start
matter.
the tournament.
Plus he's filthy kind of underdog type guy. It's totally fine. One more thing before we jump off Jonah. It's hard to give him a pants or shorts rating. I think it's going to be shorts by the time it's done. Speaking of shorts, though, let's talk about Jonah's theme song real quick, because that motherfucker goes hard.
What a banger, dude. Oh, my God. I wonder if that's going to be like the TMDK theme for when they have like the TMDK in the World Tag League and stuff like that. I wonder if that's going to be something we get to hear more often, because it's good.
Yeah, I wonder. I would like that, or something else new. I don't want to see Team DK come back with like Joker and the Thief, like they used to have in Noah or whatever, because that song sucks.
Oh, you don't like Wolfmother?
No, fuck Wolfmother. Yeah,
all right, fair enough.
I know they're an Australian band, but that doesn't mean I need to like them. Gary J uses them, and I understand why he likes them, but I'm just not about it.
I think that TMDK is like doing so well right now. Like that new TMDK shirt that Jonah's wearing is fucking sick. I want one so bad. Have you seen that one?
I haven't had time to watch no undercard.
It's just got the TMDK logo on the side here, and then it's got the big like the dog teeth.
Yeah,
like a big on the back. It's really cool.
That's sick.
I dig it. Also, fans are super getting behind Bad Dude Tito, which makes me very happy.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think those two are going to get over so fucking hard.
There's been like a lot of cartoons. I saw like a cute one that was like a little cartoon Jonah like doing a stomp, and like Bad Dude Tito like being like, oh, like getting shaken over.
Dig it.
It was pretty cool.
All
right,
so
next?
Jonah. Yeah, not much to say there, but
not much to say.
It will be shorts.
I think it's going to be shorts. Yeah, I'm preemptive shorts.
Jeff Cobb, he's 1-1 right now. He's got a win over Fale and a loss to Okada.
I would say shorts.
Yeah. He's looked good. His match with Okada was
great.
Banger.
And then he did like a tour of the islands to Fale, which is fucking just so impressive. So you can't knock him
Yeah,
out.
dude.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see his match with Jonah. I can't wait to see his match with Archer. I think he's going to do some really cool stuff with Lawler as well.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Yeah,
Great match. So many great matches left. Like this block, they've just stacked it at the back end. You know what I mean? It's kind of it's going to be really good.
Then we've got Lance Archer, who beats Lawler in a match I fucking loved. If anyone wants to listen to my G1ndering, I loved that match. Also, got rolled up by Fale, because Roll Up Fale is back.
Yes. Hey, he's got the skills. I'm about it.
Archer's new white-on-white gear, chef's kiss. So cool.
If somebody wants to have Curtis Spears talk about them on the podcast, the surest way is to have white-on-white gear, because this motherfucker will go on one about it. Loves it.
100%. Wait until the day Taichi comes out with white-on-white gear.
Yeah, we were talking about that last time. That would be fire. That's the day you just put the title on him.
Yep.
Yeah, just for look alone.
And the belt.
Look alone.
Nobody's going to go harder. And then they could have Miho Abe in like a full wedding dress, like a wedding gown, marching down the aisle with bro.
What's it called?
The veil.
Yeah.
A long train that drags out behind her. Fuck yes, dude. Anyway.
What do you think about his current, like, G1 business suit robe vibe that he's got going out? It looks a bit ill-fitting. I'm not sure I like it.
I dig the way it looks. I wish it was more opulent. There's not enough.
Yes.
There's not enough to it. It's cool. It's got all the like filigree and stuff like that on it. You know, it looks like something Taichi would wear, but like I want him to go big.
Yeah.
You know?
I want to go more opulence is the word. I want more extravagance and opulence from my Taichi.
Opulence. All right. Bad Luck Fale has wins over Yano and Archer and got beat by Cobb. How you feeling about that? He's got 4 points. His tournament is halfway over though.
I would like more opulence from Fale.
Want Fale to come out with feathers and things like that.
Look, Fale hasn't had a bad match though. You know what I mean? Like, do you expect Fale to be delivering Okada bangers? But he's been solid. He hasn't given us a boring match or anything. He's a monster. One of my favorite G1 matches that I reviewed back in the original G1ndering was with Fale. It was Fale versus Tanahashi when they're on the outside. Fale's got him up for the bad luck fall, and he's going to like bad luck fall Tanahashi to the outside and then just climb back in or whatever. He goes to do it. He's got him up on his back. Tanahashi puts his feet up on the ring post, pushes off. Fale goes over the barricade. Tanahashi gets back in, the 20 count sounds, and he wins the match by just like escaping him. And it was like just a great finish. Like, I like Fale. Yeah. I love what he does for New Japan.
I'm a fan of Fale. Like he may not be the best wrestler on the card, but he's always fun. He's always entertaining.
He doesn't need to be. He's a monster, and that's what he needs.
He's a monster. So, That's what they want.
Absolutely. So I like it when he throws in a roll up and stuff. It's fun.
Yeah. B block. Let's go. Tomohiro Ishii.
Oh, quick shorts rating on him. So I would give him a shorts. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got Okada shorts, Toriano pants, Tom Lawler shorts, Jonah shorts. Preemptive shorts for both of those guys. Yeah. Jeff Cobb shorts, definitely. Lance Archer shorts, and Bad Luck Fale shorts.
Yeah.
Because I think shorts might be my. What's that?
I said I'm happy with that block.
Yeah. B block. Here we go. Tomohiro Ishii. He has beaten Tama Tonga, but he's lost to Taichi and to Jay. He's at 2 points. Is his tournament over?
Basically, yeah. I think he's got to have a couple of good matches left. He always does. I was a little bit disappointed he beat Tama Tonga, and I said as much in my thing because, like, I think there's going to be great stuff from Tama coming forward, but Ishii ain't done yet. He's still got great matches to go. He was never going to win this tournament. And yeah, I've loved all his matches so far. I would give it shorts for sure.
Yeah. I think he's still got Sonata, Okan, and and Owens, Chase Owens. He'll probably win another 2 of those and end up with like 6.
Who was it?
Kind of guessing.
Sonata, Okan,
and Owens.
I would say maybe only win one of those, but maybe win none.
Maybe win none. I mean, if he's wrestling Owens at Hurricane Hall, then he fucking might not win at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Chase is dangerous in Hurricane Hall.
Yeah.
So, let's see here. So we'll say, expected. I think the default is definitely shorts.
Yeah.
There because he's great. He's great. Tama Tonga, he's 1-1. He's got beaten by Ishii, but he beat Chase Owens, which was a good match. What'd you think?
Yeah, I like new Tama Tonga. Like, I want to see more of him, and I want to see him do really well.
His new Iron Man gear is fucking sweet.
Yeah, Iron Man gear is sick. He should wear the helmet. He's got the helmets already. Get it repainted in the same color. It'd just be all Iron Man. But maybe it'd be too much on the nose. I would like to see him beat Jay White.
Too much on the nose when Kushida came out literally dressed as Marty McFly for how many years?
Yeah, well, that's true.
With a DeLorean.
wearing the vest for fucking 10 years, like eternally fucking him. Yeah, I would like to see him pick up a big win, a big signature win. I'd like to see him beat Jay White and then be one of his defenses on the way to the Tokyo Dome. That's what I'd like to see from Tama Tonga.
So shorts for him, Sonata. Sonata versus Taichi was really good. Sonata versus Jay was, I think, also really good.
Yeah.
Sonata versus Taichi was good. I really like Sonata versus Taichi.
I mean,
Sonata
I feel like
Jay,
both
your
of
mileage
them,
may vary.
I feel like both of them were really good because of the opponents. Is how I feel about it.
Yeah, maybe Sonata plays up. You know, he plays up or down to his opponents, I guess. I haven't seen a bad one. We'll see how he comes up against like Chase.
Yeah.
See if Chase can.
I think I still just wanted a bit more fire from him. When I started to be like, hey, I'm coming around, like when he was like winning the US title and stuff, I was starting to see that, and I haven't. But I have liked, I mean, he's definitely lent into like big babyface energy for the Jay White match, and I enjoyed the constant peck popping of the match with Taichi. So,
dude, my wife was watching, like, what are they doing? I was like, they're psyching each other out with their titties. She was not impressed.
They actually, I'm being harsh because it's fun to be harsh to Sonata, but like him and Taichi actually are really good together. I think like they've got like a great chemistry.
I love how self-aware Taichi is right now. Yeah. Like he posted a picture of Dr. Zaius from Planet of the Apes on his Instagram because like he's got that whaler beard back and it just makes him look like a monkey.
Yeah.
My wife's like, he looks like one of those like clapping monkeys, you know, the little toys that they have the symbols in their hands.
Uh-huh.
I love that he's self-aware about it.
He's one of these like annoying, super handsome guys that's just like, I can literally do anything with like my hair or my facial hair and it doesn't matter because I'm still ridiculously good looking, even when like just this setup's a fucking joke. Like
Taichi could run like 10 miles. Or the Sonata could run like 10 miles, finish this run, fall headfirst into a pile of horse shit, and still come out looking fantastic.
Oh yeah, he still
this motherfucker.
I opened my Instagram last night and was greeted by a picture of him in nothing but Speedo, like a Speedo and slides on a beach with his ridiculous hair and beard, and I'm like, this gorgeous motherfucker, get off my fucking screen. Bastard. Why are you confronting me with this? Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So
he knows it.
I guess shorts. I'm a bit of preemptive pants. I don't know. We'll see how we go. I wish you'd put some pants on in that in my Instagram feed. That's what I wish.
Do we need a third option? Is there like a cargo pants,
like a capri situation or something? No, it's one or the other.
No,
nah.
One or the other, because everything on the internet has to be one or the other.
Yeah, that's
best movie ever to come out, or the worst movie ever to come out, the best album ever to come out, or the worst album ever to come out. So it's all gonna be pants or shorts,
it's black or white. That's it.
Taichi has beaten Tomo and has lost to Sonata. How do you feel about Taichi so far?
I just always love Taichi, so he can do no wrong in my eyes, except for the lack of opulence. That's it.
Yeah, I was really, because when he went for the Hakuho elbow against Sonata, I really thought that, you know, they were playing up Sonata's eye injury.
Yes.
I really thought that was going to be the end, was he's going to hit him with one of those fucking Hakuho elbows and like just drop Sonata like a son of a bitch. That's sad. Anyway, so yeah, shorts there. Great Okan has had one match. He's lost to Chase Owens.
It was a good match, though. I actually really liked it.
Really
I thought it was really good. I was like, they are killing it. It's not time to talk about him yet, but Chase is actually really impressed in this tournament, I think. And yeah, I think Chase immediately like fucking, you know, smoking him in the eyes, and you know, they were telling a story. Chase is like doing just Southern wrestling at the moment. He's just doing old school shit, and it's working. It's something different. And yeah, I really enjoyed the match, and I can't wait to see what else.
I called it out on the G1ndering, but that spot where he went for a sunset flip and turned it into a buckle bomb, bro.
Yeah,
that was fantastic. So excited about that. So yeah, Great Okan, he's got some good stuff coming up here. I think him and Tai Chi is going to be hilarious. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
So shorts there. Jay White, I mean, 2 for 2, 4 points. Beating Ishii, beating Sonata. I don't know that you're going to have anyone actually beat Jay White in this block.
In my pick'ems, I was thinking about like what potential challenges there could be. I would like to see Tai Chi pick up a win against him, and I would like to see Tama Tonga pick up a win against him. I don't know if that's going to happen now. I think you might not see him take a loss until the semi-final, if not the final of the fucking thing, you know?
Yeah.
He's looking real strong right now, and he's out there working, man. He's talking shit constantly, and yeah, he's entertaining. The issue that you have with like a guy like Sonata is that like it just takes a while for him to get into that like gear, you know, where things start to happen, and I'm not convinced he always gets there. So like when you have like the big, you know, long J periods of talking shit and working them down and doing all that, and then you have somebody like that doesn't really come with the fire at the end. It doesn't quite hit the same way as certain other guys do, you know. But I would say Jay White's is just like shorts in wrestling at the moment, so he can kind of do no wrong. Yeah, I mean, you know, the Tajay shows and you know all the shit he's talking all the time, like just never stops. It's you know always run your mouth.
Always, dude. Jay, you can't fuck with it. He is just untouchable right now. I love them. He's only wrestled for half this year in Japan, and he might already be wrestler of the year.
Yeah,
like untouchable.
Like he's had so few matches actually in Japan. It's been crazy. Yeah,
it's wild. Yeah. So let's go on to Chase Owens. Chase Owens 1-1. He's lost to Tama Tonga, but he beat Great Okan in what we said like was really fun. Yeah, Chase has been shorts.
Yeah, he has been. It's been good. So I'm actually kind of like looking forward to what antics he's got planned next because he's doing good work, man.
I think Chase and Jay is going to be really good. Chase and Taichi, I'm looking forward to. Ishii, I don't know if he's going to play along with some of Chase's antics. We'll see. That might be fun. And then Chase and Sonata is going to be one that I'm going to keep a little bit wary of that one.
Yeah, that's a little bit concerning, that one. But the others all sound good, and I'm never normally super like excited for like a Chase match, so it's going to be good. I'm interested.
Oh, I haven't seen this yet. I'm going to show it to you real time. It's Ishii and Tama Tonga's match. There's a great picture here that I just want you to.
Okay, see if I can see it. Oh, it's just like the perfect knockout.
Ishii just smoking Tama Tonga with an elbow, and Tama Tonga's like at a 45-degree angle, just flat,
leading tower
falling over
type thing. That's awesome. You should put that on our social media so people can see what we're talking about. That's awesome.
That's great. Okay, C Block.
That's a meme block. In the making. That's like G1ndering and my energy. Like
Night 8 versus me.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
So C block, we've got your girlfriend Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Yeah, baby.
Beats Naito, loses to Hinari, sitting at 2 points right now. How you feel about your girlfriend?
Feel great. I would like to see Tanahashi win the whole thing. I don't know if it's going to happen. It's definitely not going to happen, but I would love it. Anybody that listened to our G1 preview, best worst case, I turned Curtis into believing it could be a possibility and agreeing that would be the best case scenario for all of G1 is for Tanahashi to win. And I stand by that 100%.
Yes.
Shorts.
Yes, you did. When you said now he gets his chance to beat Jay in the Dome, I was like, oh, God damn it. He's still got some great matches coming up here. He's gonna he and Zach have great matches. He and Kenta in a rematch of Wrestle Kingdom. I'm looking forward to some of the stuff he's got coming up here. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah, I think he's
shorts.
Yeah, absolutely shorts. I'm not sure how many wins he's really got left though. Like in here, like there'll be one, but he's got some losses to take yet. I think.
if those losses come in service to someone like Zach getting a bit of a rub, I'm into it.
Yeah.
If he just drops to Goto and one of Goto's like 2 wins that he's going to get this tournament, it's going to be kind of iffy.
Goto would piss me off. Kenta and Zach would be understandable.
So we've got next up Hiroki Goto. Speaking of 4 points, he's beaten Naito. He's beaten Hinare. I was really pulling for Hinare against Goto. I thought maybe that might be the next win that he's able to get in that block.
100%, yeah.
Because I mean, like, I can't. He's got his match against Kenta is coming up late in the tournament. He's got another late, not so late, but a little bit later against Evil. What else has he got? He's got one coming up against Tetsuya Naito that I can't see him winning because I think Naito's going to be on his tear by then. So I don't know. I don't see a lot more wins coming for Hinare, and I really thought that Goto would be the next one that he'd be able to rack up.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see who's going to be next. Him, because I feel like he's got to have another win, right? I feel like he's got to have.
He's got to.
Who's he got left again?
He's got quite a few. We'll get to him in a second. We're talking about Goto right now.
Oh yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, pants. Nah, I mean he's actually been pretty good. It's just I think we talked about it best in like the G1 preview where just like Goto isn't gonna win. We've sort of seen his ceiling, and so there's just like a malaise that comes like when you talk about like a Goto because you're like it's not going to lead anywhere. So, but he has delivered good matches though.
Next up, we've got Naito. Naito's 0-2, which means everyone's convinced he's winning. So I'm just going to point out Kenta's 0-2 as well. So Kenta could definitely go and win this whole thing. Just going to put that out there. So yeah, Naito's 0-2. He's lost to Tanahashi and he's lost to Goto. He's still got Zach, Hinare, Kenta, and Evil to come. And I mean, like everyone's pretty much expecting him to run that gamut, right? He's gonna fucking run the table there.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you would think so. And if not, there'll be like some G1 maths, some crazy G1 maths to get him into that semifinal.
I mean, I guess his next match coming up is on Sunday against Evil, which I think is one of yours. So you're the one who's been asking for that match again because you weren't tired enough of it in fucking 2020.
I don't even remember it.
You don't. They fought like 6 times in 2020.
I'm not sure I remember that's how it was going.
Oh, God, it was painful, bro. It was painful.
And I didn't ask for it. I said, is there a way they can re-spice that up? And I said, is New Japan done with that? Was what I said. Because I feel like they maybe had like bigger plans for it, but they weren't really able to capitalize because of like the pandemic and, you know, and crowds and stuff. So maybe they see more legs in that feud.
And Evil was different then. Evil was the same, but it was House of Torture was still new and everyone fucking hated it. So.
Yeah, exactly. Like now, like people kind of get House of Torture a bit more and they've been a bit more creative in what they've been doing. So I think it could be good.
His Tanahashi match was good. His Goto match was good. So far, he's been default shorts.
Yeah, absolutely. It will be by the time it's done.
So we've got next up Zack Sabre Jr. 2 for 2. He's beaten Hinare. He's beaten Kenta. He's got 4 points. He's sitting atop of the block with Hiroki Goto.
Yeah, right.
G1 block leader Hiroki Goto.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's got Evil coming up. He's got Goto, Tanahashi, and Naito left to go. Zack and Naito is going to be a lot of fun. It always is. Zack and Tanahashi is always fun. I wonder what Zack and Evil are going to be able to do.
Yeah, whenever like House of Torture try and out-cheat Suzuki Good, it doesn't tend to really work out for him. So I wouldn't be surprised if Zack wins that, like if he's just better at it than them.
He'll have one of those mining helmets with the light on it.
Yeah.
So when the lights go out,
he'll have everybody in a fucking lock at the same time. It'll be like he's got fucking Evil in a stretch octopus, and he's got an ankle lock on fucking Show, and the Dick Togo's in a choke, and like he just wraps everybody up at the same time.
I would I would pay good fucking hard-earned money for that. I will give Zach, I will give you, if you're listening, I know you are, I will give you a crisp, clean 5-pound note if you would have fucking put the entire House of Torture in one lock.
I could almost guarantee, I would say it's a lock that that's going to happen. So let's hope. And then when you next go to a show that he is at in the UK, you will give him a clean 5-pound note. And you'll be like, you know what this is for.
5-pound note.
You know what it's for.
I'm gonna hand it to him
It's
along
like,
with
what the fuck is
a
this
vegan
stuff?
chocolate bar.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you've earned it, buddy.
You've done it.
You've earned it.
Exactly. Love Zach.
Aaron Hinare beat Tanahashi, lost to Goto, lost to Zach. Still all pretty good. Like, he's had 3 for 3 fucking great matches, man.
It is. He's really getting across what he's become. I mean, I started talking about it and then we decided to change the format of the show mid-rant. But, the body shots and, like, the high-impact moves and like, the new finisher and all these things have just led to, like, great matches from him. The psychology behind them has been awesome. Like, when people try and bang with him, they get it back in spades. I said it. I think he's got like another big win at least coming his way.
I love it. His match with Zach was so good. Like, you asked for it and you got it. Like, you wanted Hinare like breaking, like using brute force to break holds and things like that he was in. Really looked good.
It was perfect.
And
like they were so good together. Like, it was really perfect. But then Tanahashi was fucking so good as well. And then also the Goto match was really good. Like he's had 3 for 3 really compelling matches. But he's been awesome. He's been awesome, and like he's waited 6 years for this, and I think it's been worth the wait because people are gonna look at him very differently after this tournament. You know, he's kind of unfortunately been sort of like the pin eater for United Empire prior to this. You can't finish this tournament with the way he's been doing it and go, okay, he's like the United Empire loser now. You know, like you can't. Bring in somebody else.
Can we
get a young boy to
can
do
we
something?
say at this point in the tournament, Hinare might be my MVP.
I'm with you. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it because he's been surprising and he's been different and he's living up to his potential. You know, I would say so too. I've really enjoyed his matches.
So yeah, Aaron Hinare. Boom. G1 MVP so far. Shortest of shorts.
Shortest.
Might be tidy whities for shorts. So short. Kenta has 2 losses, 1 to Zach, 1 to Evil. That Evil match did not disappoint. Lived up to every bit of hype that I had thought it was gonna. I was like, fucking here we go. Gold star fucking nonsense is coming up, and it did. And I was very excited.
Kenta's so funny, man.
So good. So I can't say enough about that match. Like, you may not want the serious Puro. You don't want any yucks in your Puro. Whatever, man. Fuck that. That was great. Yeah. That was the best Toru Yano match all year.
Yeah, exactly. He's definitely in the tournament as well.
His match with Zach was really good. Normally is. I'm wondering how many of these G1s we've got left with Kenta. I don't know if he's going to be next year. You know, I don't know if, like, people are talking about Ishii might be out done with G1s pretty soon. I think Kenta, I'm surprised he made it to this one.
Yeah, he's physically pretty damn beat up, eh?
Yeah. And it's really sad to see because that's someone who I fucking love. Like, the first time I saw Kenta was like 2009 maybe, and I was just in love with the guy. And I've followed him everywhere, you know, through the darkest days of NXT, you know, to today. I love the guy to death, and I want him to do good. And I'm sad if this is the last G1. I'll always remember the nonsense match, and that's fun.
Exactly. He's been talking his ass off, man. Like, you know, he knows that, like, physically he's breaking down, but he's doing everything he can to be entertaining to make people invested in him, and it's good to see.
Yeah, his the way that he keeps working in to sell his book is great. All of his backstage comments, like, he's just like, no, I'm not going to sell my book. I'm not going to sell my book. Yeah. and then he'll find a way to work it in that's his book, like he did with the whole match, like giving a copy of his book to Dick Togo.
Yeah. Oh god, gives it to Evil and shit, and then like at the end, like even after they cheated, like Dick was like thanking him for it and shit.
Thank you for the book. Thank you. No. Bullet Club is fine. Bullet Club is fine. Don't worry about it.
I think we might see not as much of that in the Tanahashi match. I think we're going to see like him looking for vengeance from Wrestle Kingdom, though. I think it'll be a bit more serious kind of work rate sort of match for that one.
Definitely. I'm wondering what he's going to do with Hanare. I think he's going to be able to have a good match with Hanare. That they're at the same speed where like they're really upping or bigging up Hanare's striking, and Kenta is one of the best strikers in wrestling history. So like they're gonna fucking do something special there, I think.
Do you think Hanare will beat Kenta?
Yes, I do.
I really do. I would like to see it, and I would kind of be thinking like a passing of the torch almost of like the most dominant strikers in New Japan. Like,
well, I mean, if you look at the most dominant strikers in New Japan right now, I mean, Ibushi doesn't count because he's not around, and he may never be around again. You've got Kenta and who? You know, Kenta. I'm thinking of G1 participants right now because you could say Hiromu. Hiromu's got heavy hands.
It's not really what he's known for. You know what I mean? Like I would say that Hanare's going a long way in these 3 matches as staking his claim as like the heaviest striker in New Japan. And as he's physically changing his body, he's still putting on more size and stuff like that. He's seen a lane and he's gone, I'm going fucking straight for this.
Will's got heavy fucking hands. Will can lay a chop. Suzuki, but I'm thinking G1 level.
Yeah.
Hanare, like if they pass the torch from Kenta to Hanare, that could be a thing. You know, Hanare could really be like, kicks and punches is my jam now.
Yeah.
Look at what I just did to the best striker in G1 or in the G1 tournament.
I mean, the dude hits the ring and looking swagging at Cloak just does a fucking spin kick on the spot. Like, you know, it's his go-to move. Man, Hanare really is our MVP. So
dude, he's the fucking man.
Talk about that enough.
So Evil's had 1 match total where he beat Kenta. He's got everyone else in the block left to go. Where do you see Evil ending up here?
How many matches has he got left to go?
5.
Oh, he's gonna win some matches, eh?
He's got Tanahashi, Goto, Naito, Zack, and Hanare left to go.
Yeah, he's by hook or by crook, he's gonna start taking some wins, and some wins that he shouldn't have. Like,
yeah, they said specifically, like, you know, we have a plan. So,
yeah, I think you're gonna see him finish really high in this block.
He might win the block.
He definitely could. This is why I love this, though. There's so many potential winners in each block.
Yeah. They might, like, screw the Naito fans a little bit harder. Because, like, Naito's like, this is my last chance to make it to Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
Like, they might put the knife in.
Well, they might. Josh from WeWork Stiff laid out, like, sort of his kind of idea for booking it on their last episode, which was essentially just booking it with the top 4. You know what I mean? Like Naito, Ospreay, Jay White, and Okada in the top 4. I feel like that's the most likely scenario, but it would be really cool if they reshuffled that deck.
It would be. Let's go move on to the D block. So the D block, I think we're going to take a little bit of a victory lap on because we called it. Like, you know, we said that the A block is, of course, the monster block. And the B block is the storyteller block, and the C block is the superstar block. When we said, what is the D block? And we said, D block is going to be where the 5 stars are going to come from. D block is going to be the work rate block. And it has been. The best matches of this tournament have come out of the D block, like hands down. So let's start with Yoshihashi. He's the only one that's sitting at 0 points. He took a loss to Shingo in what I thought was probably going to be my match of the tournament for a long time. I loved that match. So he's still got Finley, Ospreay, Juice, Phantasmo, and Huge to go. How you feeling about Yoshihashi?
Look, I'm glad I've got a chance to talk about Yoshihashi because I listened to your episode where you talked about him and you were like, he was, no fucks. Yoshihashi coming around, looking confident. I don't think he looks confident at all. I think he
really
looks fucking scurred in everything he does. I don't get me wrong, I think it was a really good match. But that motherfucker, you watch him, you go back and watch that match, he never looks directly into the camera one time. Like, if the camera comes towards his face, his eyes dart away from it. Like, he cannot make eye contact with his audience. And as a result, he looks like a scared, shifty boy in everything he does. And that, I realized when watching that match, I'm like, that's what it is. That's what makes him look nervous and scared. He doesn't like to look at the camera. And so he always, whenever it comes up to him or anything like that, he always does this. Or his eyes go away from it and stuff like that. And the same as when you speak to another human being and you don't make eye contact, it makes you look weird, because you're just like, why aren't you looking at me, man? Like, you know what I mean? And so that, I think, is where he's going wrong. I feel like somebody in New Japan needs to pull him aside and give him some camera training and be like, direct your attention at the camera. When you see it there, look at it. Like Shingo being like, and now we're fucking doing it. You know what I mean? Like when he points at the camera and shit, he's like, let's go. And all that kind of stuff. That's the difference. I do think it was a really good match. I think he showed a lot of fire, but that match could have been taken to 11 if he began staring at the camera and screaming at it and connecting with his audience. For me, that's the piece of the puzzle that's missing for him.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean that him sauntering out, with his new jacket and stuff like that. That might have been a new jacket. Bravado. No, it's not a new jacket. Sorry, it's not.
I'm pretty sure that's an old jacket.
that swagger that he's got going might be. It might have been fake, because it looked. Well, when he was walking out, dude, he looked like he was ready.
Maybe he did. Maybe he did look a little bit better. But yeah, he's not there yet. He's on the road. I swear though, if he was to start making that eye contact, you would notice it. And I had been trying to figure out what it was that I couldn't place with him, and I think that's really it. I think it's eye contact with the camera. It's his biggest hurdle to overcome.
Well, he's got some good stuff coming up. He's got Finley, Ospreay Juice, and Phantasmo still to come, and Yujiro, but we'll see how that works.
It was a killer match though, man. You said it best. You were like, Shingo didn't beat Yoshihashi, he survived Yoshihashi, and that's a massive feather in his cap regardless.
Yeah, definitely. Yoshihashi can have great matches against these guys. Like his match with Evil, I think it was last year. Was it last year or 2 years ago? Had a fantastic match with Evil in the G1. And I mean, he can show out when he wants to. So let's hope that he can keep that up because if he can bring that sort of energy against Finley or against Ospreay or against Phantasmo, those might be ones that people can keep talking about. And the more that they talk about Yoshihashi achieving might be better for his confidence.
Absolutely. 100%.
Although he's been back for what? Fucking 10 years, so I don't know why we're talking about rebuilding his confidence.
Yeah, I know, right? He's like but hey, some people pick this stuff up slower than others.
Yeah. So next up, let's talk about David Finley. Ooh boy. Okay, so he lost to Yujiro, he lost to Huge, but he beat Juice in what some people are saying is the match of the tournament so far.
I mean, it was really good. And I mean, even Huge, it's not like he lost super clean. There was all sorts of bullshit going on, to think to fuck him over. So he still is looking really strong. And yeah, that was killer match. It was really a display of what Juice's ceiling is as a heel and Finlay's is as a babyface. I think that they both were awesome together. I'm sure they'd been thinking about that match for a long time, and it showed. And then at the end, the spot with the shillelagh was cool, which is not a sentence I thought I would ever say. And then him picking up the belt, I was surprised that he picked up the belt and was like, "This isn't yours, but it's mine now." And then Ospreay, come get it from me. I was like, "That's That's fucking
That's balls.
big dog energy. That's awesome. Like, because I just thought he'd leave it there with Juice. I was like, Juice probably won't take any losses until Ospreay beats him and takes the belt back, was what I was thinking would happen. But then, like, hot potatoing it around is really interesting.
Yeah, so I mean, along the way, so he's, 4 or 5 days away from taking on Ospreay on the 2nd of August. He's got Shingo on Saturday and Phantasmo on the 10th. That's all he's got left. Oh, I'm sorry, he's got one with Yoshihashi as well.
Yeah.
Could we see like someone like maybe Shingo take the belt from Finley and be like, no, Ospreay, come get it from me? And
maybe. I was almost thinking like, so who's Finley got between him and Ospreay? Just Shingo?
Just Shingo, yeah.
Shingo.
Wait, when is his match with Yoshihashi? On the 14th. Yes, it's just Shingo.
Just Shingo.
But then Shingo's next match is against Will, so I don't think that's going to be a thing.
Nah, I think, we might see Finlay beat Shingo. Either that or Shingo may not give a fuck about it. But yeah, I think we might see, this is how I would lay it out. I would have, this is crazy to say, Finlay beat Shingo, then he versus Will. Will beats him, takes back the belt, and then on the last night, Juice beats Ospreay and then takes it back again.
And takes the belt back.
And comes full circle, and then it's got to lead to the inevitable match, right? Like, that's what
I think you just called it.
Yeah. And Shingo's loss to Finlay is maybe one of the only he takes in the tournament, and then he maybe wins the block because he beat Ospreay, and then they're tied. You know what I mean? And then, so Shingo beats ELP on the last night. Ospreay loses to Juice, and then the wins are basically identical, but because Shingo beat Ospreay, he goes through into the finals.
Huh. That could be a thing. Oh, man.
That's how I'm picturing it right now.
Okay, so I'm going to take a victory lap. You see this? That's me taking my victory lap about David Finley. Now,
that's me already overtaking you because I said it from the start before you even fucking were talking about it. I said it in the G1. I just pass you, face palm you to the side. You just careen into bushes. And that's me. Yeah.
I don't like that you just did that. Anyway, so yeah, David Finley, like, huge babyface energy. So I was thinking maybe that they would have him like with Shillelagh and stuff like that. He might like join House of Torture. Would be a really cool place for him to, be a secondary competitor in the House of Torture.
After the first match, and also when he started rocking the Shillelagh, I was also thinking we would maybe be seeing a heel kind of run from him down the road.
Yeah, but I don't think he needs to. I think this is what got me thinking of, like, we could talk about, I had an idea of what we were going to do if we couldn't find anything to talk about after we were done talking about the G1. Instead, we started talking about, mental health and stuff like that. So we'll keep that. We'll keep that on the back burner.
Keep it zipped.
But where do you see Finley fitting in? Is he going to like join Chaos? Is he going to stay with Hantai? Could he fit in something like LIJ, even though he doesn't have that tie to Naito? Like, what do you think? Where do you see Finley fitting in from here on out with his like super babyface energy?
Like, it's maybe just Hantai, right? Like, at least for a while. I don't see him necessarily needing to jump over to like a Chaos immediately. Like, Chaos and Hantai are basically the same thing anyway. So like, what's it matter? Like,
well, that's what I was going to say is, how do we fix Chaos?
Oh yeah, then he definitely joins Chaos then if that's the case. If we could. They're going to make a concerted effort to make Chaos a real faction, then yes, they absolutely should.
Yeah, they should have like Chaos versus like House of Torture or something like that, where they could feud with a big bad guy.
Yes.
And then have Okada restructure Chaos and just ditch some of the fat, you know, and like, bring back Alex Zane, have Alex Zane versus Chaos,
Versus
or have Alex Zane join Chaos.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Alex Zane, Robbie Eagles, Okada, David Finlay, Goto, Ishii, Yoshihashi, I guess.
And then, you can, I mean, even if you don't have Goto and Yoshihashi, like if you just restructure Chaos to be like 6 or 7 dudes, like an LIJ or like a United Empire, where it's just like a few dudes and like ditch the rest.
Because you could do it without like kicking them out, Bullet Club style. They could just be like, there's an angle and it ends up with like a group of them in the ring, and then Okada just declares them the new Chaos, and then that would just be it, like.
Yeah.
Is Kushida in that group?
Yeah, so we'd have Kushida and Alex Zane, Robbie. That's fucking, oh my God, sick. Okay.
Alex Zane
already.
Alex Zane, I guess, becomes a heavy at that point.
Probably. Yeah, I could see that. Or he could switch between like never level stuff. Yeah. It'd be really cool. Finley for their like US title picture. You could have Goto and Ishii for the tag team title picture. You could have of course you have Okada leading from the front, and then you'd have like Finlay in the US title picture.
Is Tanahashi in the new Chaos?
Oh, that'd be so cool, wouldn't it? But no, because Hontai needs a leader.
But what if Hontai isn't even? So yeah, I guess that is the question. Like, would you restructure Tanahashi into Chaos? Like, is Hontai even a thing, and does it even matter? You know what I mean? I guess it's just sort of weird. Like, it's not even a faction, really. It's just a loose grouping of people that don't have a faction. So, I mean, I don't think it would matter at all. And you could just...
I think if you still had Ibushi around, and Ibushi could be that role of, like, the dude in the Hontai faction, then,
because I guess you need a dude, right? Because then you can have that dude tag team with the Hontai guys to have a reason to be in multi-man tags and stuff. That's the issue.
Yeah. And I think eventually Yuya will be that guy. I think Yuya is going to be the next Tanahashi level guy. For Hontai. I don't think he's got the edge for Chaos. Like, I think Shooter has the edge for Chaos.
Yeah.
But I don't think that Yuya has that edge. I mean, like, edge for Chaos, like for the new Chaos that we're building in our brains.
Yeah. Can you say that bit again? The weirdest fucking static spike just came through that pierced through my ears, and I think we'll have to cut it out because listeners will hate it.
Okay. So I think eventually you'll have Yuya come back, and Yuya will be that Tanahashi level guy in Hontai. I don't think that he has the edge for this new Chaos that we're building. I think someone like Shooter, who has that Tanahashi level charisma, will eventually join like a Chaos and have like that sort of edge that we're looking for the new Chaos. But I don't think Yuya has it. I think Yuya's too much of a sweet baby.
Okay.
And I think that he'll be the Tanahashi level guy in Hontai eventually, but they won't have anyone if Tanahashi leaves and officially joins this new Chaos.
Yeah. Then it would just be like just losers tagging together, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's a long way of saying that, yes, I think that Finlay could join Chaos, and if you wanted to start to add a bit of edge to them and things like that, and make sure they had members to like be a threat, maybe it's Bullet Club, like you said. There's Jay and there's ELP and there's Juice and stuff, and Okada needs to make sure his numbers are there. You could see him joining forces with Finley and Tama Tonga, and yeah, we didn't even say him, but yeah, Tama.
Oh, yeah, Tama would be great. Tama would be great in the new Chaos.
Yeah, exactly. Bring attitude to it.
And I mean, right now Okada's feuding with Jay White anyway. So like, do it. Yeah. Pull the trigger. Make Chaos a fucking thing again.
Just do it.
Next up, Shingo.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, I would want Chaos to be 5 members. I think would be the way I do it. Yeah, 1 for each letter of Chaos would be cool. And then you have them like I think I painted the picture for you before, where he like unveils the new Chaos, and then they're at the top of the stage, and it's got like the different screens like C, H, A, O, S, and they're like in a line, and it's just like and we're here to stop you or whatever. And they're like, what's this new faction? What's going on? It just goes, kss, 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 and it's just like chaos. And you're like, oh shit, it's Chaos Reborn kind of thing. It'd be sick.
Yeah. 5 members isn't enough, dude, because I've got 3, like Okada and 3 fucking juniors. Well, 2 juniors and a...
Yeah.
No, maybe
Kushida would be
in... Maybe Kushida would be in Hantai.
Got to really be a fucking SWAT team.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh yeah,
maybe 6. Maybe Okada and 5 dudes.
I just heard that pug go roar.
Yeah, he's snoring like a fucking chainsaw.
Today's episode's absolutely fucked. Like all the noises and shit we've had going on. He's on.
Sorry about that.
That's so funny. Leave it in. Who cares?
That people are just going to have to deal with the pug snoring.
Yeah,
this is a pro pug podcast.
This is the reality that we deal with. It's totally fine. Yeah. It was just so funny because it was like the perfect pause, and then he just chimed in. Like that's how exciting our fantasy booking was. It just literally sent him to sleep.
He's an LIJ pug.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck. Anyway,
yeah, he doesn't give a shit.
God
about that.
damn it! Who's the next person we're talking about? Let's abandon this line of conversation for now. Fuck, it's doomed.
Shingo's the next guy.
Okay,
so he's lost to Juice, and he's beaten Yoshihashi. He's got Osprey on 8-6. I am fucking ready for another Osprey Shingo singles match, buddy.
I forgot that he lost to Juice. That kind of fucks up my fancy booking on it a little bit. But yeah, I think he's got all wins left for the tournament, I guess.
You think he's going to beat Will?
And yeah, and that mass would kind of work out then. So if he lost to Juice and then doesn't take another loss, then Will loses to Finley and then loses to Juice. So that's Shingo winning.
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, so shorts on his tournament so far, shorts on what he's got remaining. Yeah. Next up, Will. Will's sitting at 4 points. He's beaten Yujiro. He's beaten El Phantasmo. El Phantasmo versus Will was fucking it.
It was cool,
was dope.
Man. It was so good.
It's like 10 a.m. there. Where are you still yelling?
I know. Oh, I'm going through it today. I'm so sorry, listeners. I'm just fucked up. I'm just fucked up.
We're almost there, buddy. We're almost there.
We can do it.
Will, yeah. So Will's got Juice left. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. He's got Shingo left. Of course, I'm excited about that. I wonder what he's going to be able to do with Finley now that Finley has the belt back.
Exactly.
So, or will he get the belt back from Finley? Is what I mean.
Yeah,
it's 3 a.m. here.
Actually, yeah, you're right. What am I talking about? Will beat Finley and take the belt back from him, and then I think Juice takes it back from him. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. That's what I'm booking it.
Yeah, I think you've called that. I think you've called that shot. Yeah, Will's had a pretty short tournament so far, and he's got some good storyline stuff coming up. Next up, Juice. So Juice has a good but not great showing against Shingo. No, it was a very, very good match until the flat ending.
Yeah.
But a flat ending doesn't ruin a match.
No.
And then he had the fucking match of the tournament against David Finley. Yeah, that was. I can't hate it.
Juice was great in that match because he was like the ultimate bad guy, like the kind who's like relishing his like inflicting punishment on his enemies. But then the moment it goes against him, he's an utter coward. He's like, no, please, please. Like he's like begging off and like just getting, baby. Yeah, exactly. Like just perfect villain. And then, yeah, like him arguing with the ref, like, but almost like whinging. Like the ref, like, you know, counts 2 and he's like, that was 3. Like he's like pleading with him. And then when Red Shoes goes down, he sees the belt. You see like the look of glee in his face, and then he kind of scrambles towards the camera and he grabs up the belt and he misses. But then fucking Finley comes back and he just cracks the belt so hard, like Juice blocks it and then wastes him mercilessly. It was like a really fun ending. And then yeah, it's like when he picked him back up, the crowd went sick.
Oh
like,
my God. There were I think there was 4 audible pops. Like normally you can tell
I didn't know who was going to win like the whole time. Like, and then when he picked him up, I was like, oh, and now you're going to lose. And then when he did win, I was like, like, it was like great.
Getting not just the Japan crowd, a Tokyo crowd in Korakuen, the ones who are the strictest,
Yeah.
to audibly pop what 3, 4, 5 times maybe.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It was
so
killer.
good.
It was killer.
Yeah,
So good.
that was a great. I mean, we said that the B block was a storyteller block, but that was a story right there.
Yeah,
so,
exactly right. I think there's
Juice,
better things to come from Juice as well.
Fucking shorts. Juice has been so good.
Yeah.
El Phantasmo, your friend, my hero, El Phantasmo. How are we feeling about his tournament? He lost to Will and then had a fucking great showing against Yujiro.
Yeah, I feel great about El Phantasmo. I can't wait to. He's like the must watch, wrestler of this tournament. Like you can't miss an ELP match.
Yeah, he's tied for second in the block, but he's number one in our hearts, dude. He's been so much fun. That El Phantasmo meme has done some numbers for us.
It has done some numbers, hasn't it? It was so funny. I still there'll still be like retweets like every day, like people commenting on it and retweeting it. It's
well,
one over the hearts and minds.
Hope that leads to new listeners who are going to listen to this and be like, "What the fuck? Why am I listening to this nonsense?"
Yeah, exactly. Like I thought I was coming to like a funny podcast, not a tired podcast. We've got up like 70 followers since we did it, so there is
shit. Yeah, welcome to the shit show, boys.
Exactly. Go back and listen to the prequel episode for G1. We were firing then. We hadn't done 7 episodes of G1ndering reviews between now and then.
Oh, and still like fucking 13 more.
The thing to remind people about doing the G1ndering is that we need to watch every G1 heat, and then we need to do a review anytime in our lives. Like doing this now, like we kind of schedule it for a day that works for us. Like, it's my day off and, it's in the late evening for Curtis and we kind of we'll have a chat and it's like a bit of fun and stuff. We're recording those G1 episodes midweek, like when they happen. Yep. I'm getting up at 5 a.m. and recording them and things like that. It takes its toll on you.
It really does. Like I've got to be like, okay, sorry, Donna, my beautiful wife, Donna, she's so understanding. I'm like, we got to sit down and watch this. She's like, oh, I was trying to watch My So-Called Life. I'm like, I'm sorry, we're going to watch the G1 right now.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, no big deal. Then we watch the G1. And I'm like, now you've got to go upstairs and take the dog with you because I'm going to do a 20-minute record here by myself.
Yeah. I just will wait till the next morning. But yeah, Amy's been like, so we've got to watch wrestling again tonight because it was 2 in a row, whatever. I'm like, I'm very sorry. We will watch Beauty and the Geek after this.
Here's to having understanding wives who know that we have a love of silly Japanese wrestling and them.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't be that bad. If we love them, we must have some sort of taste, right?
Absolutely. We've got great taste. And Amy likes New Japan Pro Wrestling. We travel and watch it and she definitely enjoys it and she's part of our, Pick'ems contest and all those things. It's just she likes to watch it when we plan to watch it, not nearly every day of the fucking week. After a long day's work, sometimes you just want to cook some food and watch whatever stupid reality and then it's bedtime kind of thing. Not, we've got to sit through 4 blocks of G1 matches.
The next hour is going to be G1 matches. Yeah. I'm sorry, babe.
Exactly.
You can go lay down now if you want to. No, my wife, she likes a few of the wrestlers. Like she recognizes Hiromu. She loves Zach and she loves Great-O-Khan. Those are like her boys right there. So she also likes Naito. She recognizes Naito, says he's okay. She recognizes Hiromu. She likes his style. Yeah. But she loves Great-O-Khan. She loves her some Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, there you go. It's fine. On those lines, you're safe then.
Yeah. So Yujiro Takahashi's the last guy we got to talk about. His tournament's halfway over. He beat Finley, lost to Ospreay, lost to Phantasmo. Do you see him getting another win here at all? Is he going to beat like a Yoshihashi? Is he going to beat Shingo or Juice maybe?
Look, he could throw a spanner in the wrench somewhere. I'm not enough that I would book it in. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, Yuji's been what he's been. I was kind of disappointed to see Peter come back to him. To be honest, I was kind of I liked sad Huge walking out, and I was interested to see, what El Phantasmo would do, with a valet and with that entire thing. So
Well, I mean, unfortunately that's how women, some women are. They'll go back to someone who doesn't treat them as well as like an El Phantasmo.
Yeah.
It's a big problem for women, especially. No, I'm getting way too.
Where are we going with this?
Let's not talk about.
It's a big problem with ladies of the night, which I guess Peter is. I
was going to get talking about human trafficking and shit. Let's not go there.
It's going dark. Let's not do it at all. Either way, it was a funny spot at the end of the night. Yeah, I don't care. I don't know.
she's Bullet Club. She is Bullet Club, and she's not House of Torture. House of Torture Yujiro is different from Big Pimpin' Yujiro.
That is true.
You know,
that is true. Exactly. That's why I thought you maybe stick with them, but yeah. Either way, I don't.
He's too cool for that. He can't be tied down.
Well, that is.
Get out of here.
He can't be tied down. And also, I suppose, I think they're slowly building like the eventual face turn of an El Phantasmo, and you can't be a face when you've got a hoe with you, I guess. Or can you? Actually, the Godfather would beg to differ.
The Godfather would beg to differ, and I beg to differ. Personally, I think if he's got someone who voluntarily comes out with him, even if she is a sex work is work. So
as long as you're saying is as long as he's not putting her on the stroll, then it's fine.
If she's voluntarily doing this to earn her living,
all the power in the world to her.
More power to her.
If he's like keeping his pimp hand strong and forcing her to do this against his will, her will,
exactly,
then we're not for it. Exactly. This podcast is lost. I feel like we need to delete it and not. Really...
All right, you want to start over?
No, I don't want to start over. I'm so tired. All right, let's wrap this up. We've even fucking dropped the rating system again. We've forgotten. Everybody gets the general vibe. Fuck, you just pants. I don't care. Who else we got, or is that the end?
That is the end. What's been the most shorts block for you?
The most shorts block for me, fuck, even though we're just ragging on him, probably this one. You know, probably still D block, because even the huge match like with ELP and stuff was fun. You know,
I think the A block is going to get a lot better once they get more reps in.
Yeah.
So. That'll be fun, but I think D block's where it's at.
Yeah, I think some of the best matches in A block are to come.
Definitely. So, all right, well, there's our G1 coverage so far. So,
I guess.
What is it? Is 3:15 a.m. for me.
I know, and I'm carrying on. It's been a week. What can I tell you?
I mean, you got up early to take your lovely wife to work, so I mean.
But even then, it's just my everyday life at the moment is exhausting.
Oh, shit. Rafe, tell them where they can find you, bro.
Actually, no, I'm not going to tell them where they can find me, because before we do that, I want to get pumped. I don't want to leave people on this exhausted thing. I want to talk about fucking boom! Big Horn Energy in the Windy City. Is that what it's called?
Music City Mayhem.
Actually, I heard he was injured. He's still on this show, isn't he?
I don't think he is, unfortunately.
Oh my God. Delete the episode. Oh.
God.
If Clark Connors isn't on this show, why am I even fucking watching it? Oh, no.
I know exactly why you're watching it. I know what match you're watching
Despy
here.
Saving me.
Deathmatch Despy plus FTR and Alex Zane versus Aussie Open and TJP.
Oh, yeah, that's sick. So you're bringing me back. Tell me more. What else we got?
Okay. Kushida versus Alex Shelley.
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
Hiromu versus Blake Christian. Blake Christian's fucking new heel Blake Christian.
Oh, bad boy Blake Christian.
Dig it. Rocky Romero versus Davey Richards from the Wolves.
Okay.
We've got a really good Young Lions match as well. Fred Yehi is not a Young Lion, but he's fucking awesome. Fred Yehi, Yuya, and Shota versus the DKC Kevin Knight and Ren Ren. What do you think of that one?
That'll be good. Yeah, this is going to be a fun show. I just fucking want one of those.
I know. I want Clark in there as well. I want Clark everywhere.
Yeah.
If Clark could just come by my house, like maybe twice a week and just be like, you can do it. Hit him with a little bit of this fucking right here. Bam.
Yeah, look at this. He said, yeah, he's got herniated disc, unable to complete. Complete? Well, complete or compete in Charlotte,
No,
Nashville.
can't
Oh, sorry, Clarku.
They traded him out for Fred Yehai, though. So, I mean, that's pretty fucking cool. Fred Yehai is badass.
Is he?
Yes. You haven't seen Fred Yehai?
Oh, I've seen him.
Yeah, he's awesome.
It's not fucking.
He's not Clark Connors.
No.
He's not.
Yeah.
But if they're putting him in with some Lions, maybe they're going to put Yehai through the old Shibata system.
Whoa, he had paralysis and loss of other lower body extremity functions. It was fucking real. That's what you get when you fucking put the Redeemer through a table, bro.
That's true. That's true. And he's only going to be out a couple of weeks, so yeah. I hope anyway. I hope he gets good.
I hope
Clark,
he's okay.
We fucking love you, bro.
Yeah, exactly. We're putting out the heavy vibes to the Wild Rhino, man. Oh, well, that ends up a cheery show. Straight with finding out that one of our favourite wrestlers is quite injured. So that's unfortunate to hear. But he is strong as fuck. So I'm sure he'll be back before
strong
we know.
As a what? Wild Rhino.
Exactly. Big horn energy. The armor plating will be reforming over the discs, and he'll be ready to go in no time.
I'm putting out my big horn energy into the world like Goku with the spirit bomb.
Yeah, exactly. Throwing it out. Yeah, he's actually doing it.
That was good.
He's actually doing it. I think you were just having a stretch. But
I was just having a stretch. It's 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Jesus Christ, your nightlife, eh? It's insane.
Well, that's my doctor when I was having my consultation about my brain medicine, my doctor goes, "How's your sleeping habits?" And I'm like, "Yeah, fucked."
You're like, what sleeping habits?
I sleep when I can. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, he's a madman.
And right now I can sleep because there's a pug looking at me and he wants to go night. So
yeah. I thought he already was.
Because I said the 2 words.
I thought he already was.
But it's not in the bed, is it? He wants to be in the bed.
The real question is, what do I do? Do I go back to sleep, or do I turn on my PlayStation for the first time in 3 months?
Do you have anything good on there?
I've got the one. Got the game, the real hard game. I don't remember what it's called anymore.
You need sleep.
I'm real bad at it. You know, the one.
You fucking need sleep.
Everybody loves it. It's the fucking. You're a guy and you die a lot and you have a sword. And,
Highlander?
Nah, that would be sick. Dark Thrones made it. Same people. What's it fucking called? Elden Ring. There you go. So I got Elden Ring.
No idea.
I'm fucking shit at it. And I die a lot. Well, at least I did die a lot when I played it 3 months ago. So I can't imagine I've gotten better in this time. So
is it just learning by osmosis?
Yeah, exactly. And I
place
know
the disc on your head while you sleep.
Yeah, I know a lot of people, like maybe like a Joel from the Super J Cast would be like, it's super rewarding when you go through all that and you finally get a win. And it's not. I don't have enough time to be rewarded. I need to instantly win. Otherwise, I'm just losing like I do in life. So
I tried playing the original Resident Evil a couple of months ago with my wife. We've got like the Gray Station, the original PlayStation 1 here.
Mm-hmm.
I got her for Christmas a couple years ago, and like she loves Resident Evil, and I was like, I've never played Resident Evil. I'm gonna play Resident Evil 1.
It's a great game.
And I sat there and played for about an hour and was just like, hard. Fuck this fucking game. Fuck this shit.
Yeah, it's really hard. I need to be spoon-fed my wins. I'm not a good gamer and I don't have enough time to become a good gamer. I just need to get on and get a few wins, is all I'm saying. I am not good at that game. So we'll see. Maybe I'll do that.
Video games are hard, man.
Yeah.
I don't play video games. That's why I play tabletop RPGs like D&D. So I know I can win at those. Yeah. They're designed so you don't really lose.
Yeah, that's my kind of game. Exactly.
Easy mode.
Yeah. Maybe I'll go to the gym. Maybe I'll do that.
You're gonna drop a fucking plate on your foot right now if you go to the gym. You need a nap, buddy.
Maybe I need a nap and then a gym.
That sounds good. And then another nap.
And well, by then I'll need to pick Amy up anyway. See, I need to use these next few hours very carefully because they're the few hours I've got before Amy finishes work. So,
well, if you go to the gym, you will lift the weight.
I will.
And then you can take a nap and grow the muscle.
Oh, is that how it works?
That's how it works.
Maybe. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I feel like if I go to the gym, I won't want to have the nap. Like, I feel like, let's go. Maybe.
Oh, no. Man.
That's what they tell me. That's what they tell me.
When I get home from the gym, I'm hungry and angry and sleepy.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am at the moment. Will the gym increase that or back it off?
Sure, probably both. You'll be like, I got out some of that aggression, but now I'm hungry and sleepy. Sleepier.
Sleepy,
yeah.
All right, I'm going to give this some thought. Maybe I'm gonna, I don't know, do the nap. Go from there. Then maybe I'll paint some little men or something. Maybe that'll make me happy.
Always paint little men. Look, I started painting the Punisher the other day. I did this. You can see my Punisher I started painting. He's got camo pants on.
Oh, he does have camo pants. Okay.
Yeah,
he's got
badass.
He's got a cool lucha mask on as well. Anyway, this show has been off the rails from the start and never got on it.
Yep.
So thanks to everybody for listening. You can find me online at all the places at Faces Fieldcast. And you can find Curtis where?
On all the places at El Destructo 83.
Yeah. And you can find all our links to all our things on linktree.com/Okada Shorts. And that's linktr.ee/Okada Shorts. I think I said .com, but I don't think that's actually in the address.
No, it's linktree.ee. There's no .com.
Ah, the .ee is the com.
You know what? Wherever you're listening to this, just check the fucking show notes.
Just fucking sort it out. We're not here to spoon feed you people. Jesus Christ.
We're not spoon feeding you wins like it's Rafe's video game.
I know. They're not even. Nobody can somebody spoon feed me a win for Christ's sake.
I think I need someone to spoon feed me an omelet.
You know what? I was going to make an omelet.
It's vegetarian omelet.
Maybe I'll go and make an omelet.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
with lots of like red and green peppers and lots of cheese.
I don't have the red and green peppers, but I do have the cheese.
Yeah, cheese.
I've got tomato.
Omelette du fromage. That's where it's at, bro.
Either way, okay. Having an omelet, gonna take it from there. I already feel like I'm being rebuilt. Everybody, thank you for listening. Thanks for putting up with us today. Hope you had fun. We maybe did? Question mark? I don't know. I always love hanging out with Curtis. I'm glad we got to have a chance. Sure, maybe we'll go do it. And, yeah, I don't know. Keep it right, keep it tight, keep it short. Peace.
Later, see. Come on, Owen.
Hit it. I tell you what, man, Mikey's going to be fucking earning his money today because that was a shit show. Enjoy editing this piece of shit. I don't know what to tell you.
Don't cut this. Keep it after the music.
Keep
This
it
is our
after the
outtakes.
music. Time for count out to fucking earn their fucking keep, man. Because I ain't doing anything. Good luck to him.
We're the talent. We're
Yeah.
the talent. You're the behind the scenes.
Clean
people.
this shit up, Mikey. Fuck. I'm very sorry. I appreciate you both very much. Thank you.
We love you guys.
Yeah, we love you. Bye.
Bye.